Hello. Hi, Kokiro.
Danielita,
How
how
are
are
you?
you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I said I
Oh,
was good. No, I'm good. I'm good.
yeah, that didn't sound too good.
No, because I was like, you were like, how are you? And I said, good. How are you? And you said, good. How are you? So I was like,
Well, I was expecting a double down on
yeah,
good.
better
Uh,
now that you double
that
ask.
exactly, exactly.
That's my
Yeah.
answer.
Or maybe it's like, you know what? Now that I think about it, no, it's
Not
been a
that good.
super crappy day. Uh, no, I don't think I ever answer like, "Oh, how you doing?" Good. I always say good for default. My default is always like, "Good, good."
So
Yeah.
you've never, so you never answered thinking really how you are?
No, never.
Because I think I do.
Yeah, you do? No, I
It's
think
like,
it's like
yeah,
a
well,
hi.
good.
I think how are you is like a hi.
Well, I
It's
think
like, hi.
it also depends on who I'm talking with. I mean, if you ask me like, "Oh, how are you?" I would be like, "No."
Yeah, maybe.
But
I, ju- I
in
just think,
general, I would be, "Yeah,
yeah,
good, thank
good.
you."
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
good. Thank you. How are you? I
Yeah.
just think it's like too soon. If you're like two sentences in a conversation to expect something like super deep. It's like, oh, how are you? Oh, I lost my
Terrible.
job. Oh my God. Like I wasn't ready for that.
Well,
Like
I
we can
think it's
talk. We can talk and talk about this and figure if I can be helpful in any way, but
no,
you have to like, build up to that, I guess.
like I think it's good when people open like that. Like I
Yeah.
don't feel uncomfortable. I am uncomfortable to open like that. So that's why I choose not to do it.
Yeah.
But I'm good if people want to do that. I mean,
Yeah. It's a little too quick for me, I would say. A little bit. A little bit.
yeah. Well,
But,
not
totally up for the conversation
yeah.
if people are wanting to have that conversation though.
So, Miguel Fonseca
¿Qué hubo, Miguel? Buenos
dice
días.
hola.
Hola,
Hola,
Miguel.
Miguel.
¿Cómo está, Miguel?
Malvinitías dice grande Nicolás. Uy, Malvinitías hace rato no estaba por acá.
No, no, no.
Los tenían abandonados.
Siempre.
Siempre abandonados.
Siempre abandonados.
Cody Winnicky said, can't stick around because my class is starting, but I just wanted to say good morning to everyone.
Oh, awesome. Best of
Hi,
luck with the
Cody.
class, Cody.
Yeah. Miguel dice, perdí mi trabajo. Jajaja, mentira.
Sí.
Sí.
No. Me reí solo porque sé que Miguel seguramente estaba siendo sarcástico. Porque además sé que el trabajo de Miguel depende de Miguel. Entonces, no lo perdería.
Pues,
Pero uno no se referiría. Cuando uno dice perdí mi trabajo, es normalmente es que lo echaron.
ujú.
Entonces Miguel se hubiera tenido que autoechar.
Sí, pero si uno trabaja, digamos, como freelance, es como, ay, perdí mi trabajo porque no hice nada y no respondí para lo que ¿Sí me entiendes?
Ah, bueno, ahí sí, no. Ahí sí es culpa suya. Sí.
Eh, so,
So,
do you wanna tell us a little
mhm,
bit about
about my
what you're
job.
what you're gonna paint today?
Sure. So yesterday I was painting your jacket. Your
Mhm.
very famous,
Very
very
famous?
famous. I'm gonna say
Well,
it's very famous.
well, it's new. I don't know why
Um,
it's very famous.
well, whatever you wear makes it. The fact that you wear it makes it
Nah, what are
famous.
you talking about?
Yes, that's the power of your shoulders.
Mm, I
Um,
would say it was famous because
yeah, I don't know. I don't know where you're
I
going with this.
wasn't ready for the cold
Okay.
of Spain.
Yeah.
So I had to like I bought that jacket and I was using it like nonstop.
Yeah.
So every day, every place we were, I had my jacket. So
Yeah.
maybe that's why it was famous.
Yeah. I like that you were worried that you were wearing the same thing and we were taking pictures and you were like, "Oh my god, they're going to think like I never changed, but
I
it's cuz
never
I'm
say they're gonna think.
Well, no.
Because I don't take pictures for no one.
Oh.
No. Like I'm being honest. Like
No,
I
I
don't
know.
upload my pictures. I was just
I
like
know.
I'm just using the same things every day.
Yeah. But, where I was going with this is like you were wearing it out of need because you hadn't brought a jacket and we weren't going to buy like five different jackets just so that you could wear 5 different jackets like every day because it doesn't make sense. Although if you would have wanted to buy 5 different jackets, it's your money. You could do whatever you want. But I was going to say that I wear the same thing because I just don't like to wear different. So I'll just have like 10 black t-shirts and I'll just wear this same black t-shirt like every day. So it looks like I never ever change anything. But that's my choice, but that you were wearing something, I don't know, that the more I talk, the more I feel like I'm sinking on quicksand.
No, why? No, you're
I'm gonna
not
stop.
saying...
I'm afraid.
No,
I am super afraid now. So
No.
I'm gonna stop.
But afraid of what?
I don't know. This feeling of fear entered my body, so I'm just gonna stop.
Damián Figueroa Berrío dice,
So
hola,
I'm
buenos
sorry.
días.
I apologize. I didn't even answer your question at the beginning, which was what are we gonna
Oh,
paint?
yeah. No,
So
I was
I'm
just
gonna
changing
paint-
topics. Wait, because I don't know. Because I don't know why you were feeling uncomfortable.
No,
I
no,
mean-
that's just me. It's all on me. I have this
'Cause
ability to make myself
I'm not making
uncomfortable.
you feel uncomfortable.
No,
Like-
no. I have this ability to make myself uncomfortable. So
And you weren't saying nothing that's wrong.
So I'm painting I'm painting a plastic bag because I thought your jacket was super nice yesterday. And I really loved painting all the little folds and planes and everything. So for today, I thought, okay, what if we abstract this idea of folds and planes and still paint something that, encapsulates like that which I like, which is, this bag, and try to make it exciting. And the reason I say try to make it exciting, it's not because I think I have to add something to the bag to make it exciting, or that the fact that I'm going to paint it is going to make it exciting. I don't think just painting something immediately makes it more exciting. I really don't think that. I think what's exciting is that going into this journey of trying to look at something and then translate it into painting, that's what makes it exciting. The going through that process of translating something into paint, that's where you get to know a ton about yourself. So I'm going to paint that bag, but not and I've always emphasized this, not because I think like, oh, everyday life is so boring, but when you paint it, you can make it exciting. No, it has nothing to do with that. It's just, I think I absolutely love these sort of subject matters. I get super lost in them when I'm painting. It's kind of a reminder that, you don't have to do like this oversized jacket with like a small head and like push distortion and push misproportion in order to make something super interesting. You can make it interesting for yourself, even if the subject matter is just a very, very plain object, and you don't have to put anything, on top of it. Because when we were talking about pushing stuff in order to make sort of make our own manner of work appear, to sort of make those things that move us, visible in our painting so that we can identify them and we can keep pushing them. The idea of pushing something, the concept of pushing, doesn't necessarily mean that the painting has to become this, this field of disproportions and exaggerations. And it can 100% be. You could paint the Garden of Pleasures, El Bosco's Garden of Pleasures, Bosch's Garden of Pleasures. You could do that. You could just go, way off the rails and just fill your painting with, in a Mupan sort of way, fill your painting with just these, really crazy things happening all the time. That's totally, totally valid. But you don't have to. The point is always that you don't really have to. That's not the only way out. That's not the only way to make those things visible, I feel. So today it's going to be a little more subtle, but it's also going to be super fun, I feel. So it's just a reminder to tell myself, you don't always have to go overboard. Like the painting, if I'm trying to push something, the painting that would naturally come after yesterday's painting, and I'm trying to hold in like a sneeze, the painting that would come after yesterday's painting doesn't have to be more, like more distortion, weirder. It doesn't have to be that way. So today it's like a very calm painting, very kind of soothing painting for me, at least when I'm painting them. And but it proves to be super, super helpful for me. Whenever I think I have to do more, my reaction is never to do more, but to do less, to remind myself that if I do less, then it's probably also a good alternative. So we'll see how that goes.
So,
Yeah,
Caqueiro
Kakairo.
dice, buenos días, ¿cómo van? Bien, Cacaito,
Todo
¿tú
muy
cómo
bien,
estás?
gracias.
Dani, me gusta mucho tu background hoy. ¿Mi background? Ah,
¿Qué? ¿La puerta?
hoy se ven los de Star Wars
Ah,
acá.
¿y cambió mucho o...?
Pues es que me giré un poquito más hacia el lado
Mm.
de acá
Es
por
el-
por el trípode.
¿Es el mismo mueble? ¿Las mismas figuras?
Pues son 3 muebles.
O sea, es el mismo tipo de mueble que
Exacto.
me ha regalado Dani siempre.
Ujú.
Entonces no es que estemos cambiando cosas, sino que
No se ve el del
están, no,
medio.
no se ven, normalmente
el
no
de-
se ven.
No, normalmente se ve es el del medio. Porque
Sí.
creo que a veces tengo a Doctor Strange y a Thor y
A
a
Thor,
Vision atrás. Ahorita tengo... Se ven todos los de Star Wars. Cami dice, se ve diferente, jaja, o sea, las figuras se ven mucho más.
Ah, no, ni idea.
Ah.
Ahí sí, porque
Sí,
ese es
no, es
nuestro...
que estoy...
La camarita es súper X, entonces yo ni siquiera sé si de verdad se puede ver bien el fondo.
No, pero sabes que ahí viéndolas sí se ven.
¿Sí?
Sí, se ven, se ven. Incluso acá se ve a Popeye y a Brutus.
Sí.
Sí, chévere. Sí se alcanza a ver más. Es que normalmente yo tapo toda la cámara,
Ah,
entonces,
sí,
pues
la verdad,
chévere que
yo
se vean.
nunca logro ver lo que tú ves, entonces,
¿Cómo así?
pues sí, mientras estoy haciendo esto, pues me queda imposible ver lo que
Ah,
tú
sí.
estás viendo en la camarita.
Damián Figueroa Berrío dice, hola, buenos días. Hola,
Buenos días,
Damián.
Damián.
Javi Have said, good morning to all. Muy buenos días a todos. Hola, Javi Have.
Buenos días.
Carmen Barcena dice, grande Nicolás.
Más bien viejo y no tan alto. No sé.
Malvin Tías dice, es que he estado ocupado con la universidad, pero hoy tengo una ventana sin clase, así que vine al taller a pintar con ustedes.
Qué
Ventana
chévere.
se le dice cuando no tiene, es que acá se le dice hueco.
Sí, sí, ventana es como un
Sí, sí, sí. No, pero
anglicismo, pues no anglicismo, porque no lo estás traduciendo. Yo no sé cómo se le dice a eso, porque anglicismo es decir, ok,
sí.
pero ¿cómo se le dirá a cuando uno traduce mal algo? Como aplicar a una beca. Eso no se dice, eso de aplicar es como no. Uno se aplica a un ungüento, una crema, pero uno no aplica a una beca. Pero ya todo el mundo, o sea, la gente, pues porque degeneró el apply para una beca o para una, lo que sea, lo degeneró a aplicar. Pero eso tiene que tener una palabra. Miguel, ayúdeme. No sé por qué puse en esas a Miguel, pero Miguel es culto. Yo no sé.
Es que es difícil, no sé cómo buscarlo,
Yo
¿sabes?
como el mal uso de palabras traducidas desde el inglés.
Ush, pero
De pronto, mal
mal
uso
de
palabras
palabras
traducidas desde el inglés.
traducidas desde el inglés. 12 palabras mal dichas en inglés que todos usamos. La invasión de las palabras en inglés.
Pero eso yo creo que
20 palabras.
eso tiene un nombre. Debe tener como una...
No, porque dice cómo se llama cuando usas palabras en inglés, pero pues anglicismo.
Sí, sí, pero esa es changlicismo.
No.
No.
Extranjerismos.
No, pero
Pero eso
extranjerismo
es de
no son
todos. Es
como
del mismo
sí,
anglicismo, pero...
es como decir ¿qué extranjerismo hay acá que no sea en inglés? La.
Pues bueno, uno nunca dice ulala, pero sí.
Pero se entiende.
Bon appetit. Creo que uno dice
Bueno,
más
bon
bon
appetit.
appetit.
Sí.
Sí. Bueno, bon appetit todos.
Ujú.
Em,
Sí, sería el francés, me imagino. Como
sí.
más, los que serían más comunes. Muy chic. Muy chic. Si digo que algo es muy chic, ¿no?
Pero
No sé por qué yo lo diría, pero
chic, ¿de dónde viene?
francés, ¿no es
¿Sí?
chic? Sí, claro.
No, no se me ocurre ninguna. Estoy
Mm.
pensando como tabula rasa, pero eso no es,
Pero eso es como una
eso es
expresión.
una, pues eso viene del latín, pero eso es como, o sea, eso significa algo.
Mm,
No sé. A ver, ¿qué más dice acá? Mm, palabras mal acentuadas, no, ¿qué es eso?
no.
A ver, la invención de las palabras en inglés.
Y palabras mal
Oh,
acentuadas que es como
no sé, a ver.
esdrújulas.
A ver qué dice. Ay, no, era una de esas. People also ask. Acá, mal acentuadas. Miremos qué dice. Las 38 palabras peor acentuadas en
Me encanta
español.
que sean 38. ¿Por qué? Porque pues son 38, ¿no?
Fue, dio, vio. No llevan
Ah,
tilde.
como fe,
Sí.
como fe. Yo me acuerdo de fe, obviamente en mi colegio pues por ser religioso. Entonces era fe sin tilde, por favor.
Heroico, estoico.
Es que todas esas que son como, yo no sé, yo no me acuerdo de la norma cuando es como en el hiato, cuando se pone una tilde o, no, no me acuerdo.
Pero es que o, i es diptongo.
O en un diptongo, en un
Sí,
hiato o un diptongo, cuando se
sí.
ponen. No, chao, Word. Gracias, autocorrector.
No, pero ¿cómo se llama eso? A ver, miremos en los comentarios si alguien ha dicho algo o si silencio.
O silencio.
Miguel dice postularse. Gracias, Miguel.
No, que postularse
No,
debe
yo
ser
sé,
un
estoy
mal. Ah,
molestando. Em, Lich dice, aplicar también significa poner en práctica algo. Viene del latín. Gracias, Lich.
pero poner en práctica, pero no mandar papeles. No mandar un formulario.
No, pero aplicar es como cuando la gente dice como hay aplicarse la crema.
Ah, no, pero no, no,
O
no.
sea,
Uno sí puede aplicar algo aprendido.
y poner en práctica, sí, como
Exacto,
voy a
aplicar lo
aplicar lo
aprendido.
que, sí, pues
Sí,
lo que
pero no.
está diciendo Lich.
Ah, sí, 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 bueno. Pero uno
Que
no aplica una beca. Eso sí estoy 100% seguro. Uno no aplica.
y entonces,
No, uno envía el formulario. Envía el
no, yo apliqué
formulario.
a una
No,
beca.
es de tú, no, no. Yo me apliqué crema en el tatuaje. O yo apliqué todos los
Mi
conocimientos
conocimiento,
que
sí.
me pasaron mis profesores para hacer las nuevas pinturas. Pero yo no aplico una beca. Eso, por eso te digo que ya la gente, ahí es cuando la academia dice, ay, güey, madre, todo el mundo está usándola, pues bueno, pues está bien, ya,
¿Qué?
ganaron.
Yo pensé que aplicar a una beca, sí.
No, 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 esas son palabras que, pues, porque las degeneramos ahí desde el inglés.
Lich dice poner en práctica algo para llegar a un fin, sí. Kakeiro dice entrepreneur, no sé cómo se
Uy,
dice eso.
pero es
Y
que ese
déjà vu. Pero es que Cacaíto, acuérdate que sabe,
entrepreneur es como ¿un qué?
es que estábamos hablando de, ¿cómo es que se dice?
Sí,
Extranjerismos.
pero acá se usan. Es que Dani y yo
Sí,
creo, ¿sí?
claro.
Hola, yo soy un entrepreneur.
Pues esto es un poco gomelo, pero sí se
Sí,
usa.
uy, pues sí.
Eh, déjà vu, también muy bien, Cacaíto.
Déjà vu, ese es bueno.
Ah, y es que acuérdate que Cacaíto sabe francés.
Ah,
Cacaíto estudió francés en el colegio.
sorry.
Sorry. Ah, Gabriel Pozo dice extranjerismo slash barbarismo.
Barbarismo de pronto.
Sí,
De
a mí no.
pronto.
Pero dices porque crees o porque lo conocías y te suena.
De pronto. De pronto.
No, pero respóndeme.
Voy a decir que tienes razón con barbarismo.
Sí, pero porque suena como
Pero no sé,
adecuado.
pero sería como,
Pero,
voy a decir,
pero respóndeme, ¿lo estás diciendo porque sabías que así se llamaba y te
pues,
acabas de
pues porque
acordar?
lo he escuchado,
Ok.
pero un barbarismo no, un barbarismo es como utilizar una palabra mal, o sea, no necesariamente en otro idioma, es simplemente utilizar una palabra mal, pero con el paso del tiempo lo ha utilizado tanta gente mal que ya es como, no, pues ya, ese es el uso.
A ver, acá
Es como
dice,
cuando la gente dice falacia. Ese, por ejemplo, es uno que me acuerdo. Que lo que realmente quieren decir es como algo que no es cierto o como falencia, pero creo que falacia no es lo que la gente quiere decir cuando es como, oh, no, es algo incierto.
pero sí, la falacia es
Pero,
algo.
pero creo que eso es como solo en poquitos países, es como en Argentina o en algo que
Colombia.
no sé, pero entonces no, es una
Sí.
falacia.
Claro, mira, falacia, engaño o mentira que se esconde bajo algo, en especial cuando se pone de manifiesto su verdad,
Pero
su falta de verdad.
busca como y de pronto
¿Origen?
estoy mal, busca como la definición original de falacia.
Em,
Es que de
el
pronto,
origen lo puedo buscar,
pues
pero...
no porque el origen te da como la etimología, pero
Definición original, dices.
sí, sí, de pronto estoy mal, de pronto, o sea,
Mm, a ver. Del origen latín, fallacia. em, Como tal, la falacia argumentativa es la característica o propiedad de algo que es falaz, es decir, que tiene la habilidad y voluntad de engañar o mentir con el fin de inducir en el error a otra persona. Pero encontré lo del barbarismo.
sí.
Barbarismo dice, palabra, expresión o giro procedentes de una lengua
Ah, no,
extranjera,
entonces sí.
pero dice la palabra software es un barbarismo en español, o sea que también es un
Ah, no.
anglicismo.
Ajá.
Y también dice incorrección en el uso del lenguaje, que
Ujú.
consiste en pronunciar o escribir mal las palabras o en utilizar palabras equivocadas o inexistentes en la lengua. Decir concreta por croqueta es un barbarismo, pero nunca he oído que alguien diga concreta.
¿Corqueta qué?
Concreta.
No, es el peor ejemplo.
Toalla,
Sí,
que la gente dice toalla.
columpio.
Columpio. Sí,
Mm. Freijoa.
sí. Em, no tengo más. Em, sí, pero concreta, yo nunca he oído que alguien diga
Como
concreta.
decía mi profesor de física, oscilación.
Oscilación.
Oscilar.
A ver acá. Eh, eh, bueno, también es en la manera que se escribe, porque acá los ejemplos dan, no, pero discreción, ¿quién dice discreción?
Mm,
Eh, sí, pero acá digamos dicen exhausto
ujú.
y luego exhausto con H y sin H. ¿Sí me entiendes? Como que la gente lo escribe sin H.
¿Es con H o
Es
no?
con H,
Sí,
obviamente, pero la
obvio.
gente lo escribe sin H. O sea, lo
Ya.
están diciendo más como escrito. A concreta. Que
Sí, ese
concreta,
es mejor
sí,
que
está muy
concreta.
lejos de todo. Cacaíto dice, ese es anglicismo y barbarismo con toda, jaja. Romboy, jajaja. Y
Ah,
Cacaíto dice,
los rompoint, sí.
IFEX. Sí, yo he oído mucho IFEX.
Mm,
La prueba IFEX. Eh, A ver, otra definición dice tres pelos. Mi hijo es aplicado en el colegio, gana una mención de honor
mm,
por aplicación.
muy bien.
Muy bien, tres pelos. Em,
Tres pelos siempre entra y
Mic drop
sí,
y se va.
propone algo y dice, qué pena es que estoy de afán, hasta luego, ahí los dejo.
Lich dice murciélago.
Murciégalo.
Pues sí, pero él escribió murciélago.
Mm, pero sí está bien dicha,
Sí,
Lich.
Lich.
Así se dice, Lich. No sé qué estamos. Ahí
De
estoy un
pronto
poco
él
inseguro
está hijo de
ante.
madre, ¿no es murciégalo?
Pues la gente dice en chiste así, pero no. No sé si. Yo nunca oí a alguien decir
Murciégalo, no.
murciégalo. Siempre era como un mago en una
Ahora
fiesta cuando yo
escribió,
era chiquito.
ahora escribió murciégalo. Sí, Bleach, pero es murciélago. No, yo creo que él sabe.
Sí, obvio.
Espero.
Y Lich que ahí tiene su Dark. Pues obvio.
Quique BP dice, aquí en México, aiga.
Aquí también se
Sí, a
dice
veces
aiga.
hay gente, pues no se dice.
Pues, o
Hay
sea,
gente que dice erróneamente aiga. Eh, mm, a ver, acá, ¿quién más? ¿Quién más? ¿Quién da más? Eh,
bueno, yo pensé que iba a haber algo más específico. Como de es como una apropiación mala de un anglicismo, o sea, que parte de un anglicismo, no sé.
hmm.
Pero pensé que iba a haber un término como mucho más específico con ese tipo de cosas, pero no, pues
No, y yo pensé que había o de pronto sí hay una palabra exacta para eso que dices, pero pues no encontramos.
bueno, en el transcurso del
La
día,
vida.
sí, nos queda para tarea.
Wood Spirit 100 said
Yes,
hola. Hi, Wood Spirit 100. Ah,
hola.
hola. Eh, a ver. MA said, dice, MA
Sí,
dice,
señora.
buenos días.
Buenos
El
días.
otro día hablaban de que en su país
Mm,
no estrenaban la película Everything Everywhere All at Once. Ya
No,
está online y un guiño,
ah,
como un ojo picado.
sí, ya está en mi folder
¡Ah!
de
¿Sí?
descarga.
Tenemos
Sí,
que
no muy
verla.
buena, pero, o sea, no va
No muy
así.
buena calidad, pues.
Sí, no, pero no es o sea, no es una cámara de esas de cine,
Uy, sí.
que eso ya hace mucho tiempo. Era como cuando uno compraba en la esquina las películas
Sí, a mí
y
me
uno aquí
pasaba.
siempre preguntaba, bueno, ¿y cómo está?
Sí, es como no es de cine y uno,
Y es
ay,
como, no, 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 todavía no ha llegado. La verdad no la lleve porque todavía no ha llegado la buena.
sí, y uno ya,
Sí.
el maíz pira,
Ah, sí,
le daba hipo a la persona que tenía la
sí, el
cámara.
señor de enfrente que se tomó la Coca-Cola muy rápido, entonces tiene que ir al baño en la mitad.
Sí, el chisto. A
Mm.
todo el mundo, pague el celular. Sergi Arts dice, hola, buenas. ¿Qué tal están por aquí?
Todo
Muy
bien, Sergi,
bien, todo
gracias.
muy bien. Em,
Ush,
Uy, sí, perdón,
uh,
perdón.
mm. ¿Ya
Perdón,
quieres dejar
perdón,
así?
soné como... No, no,
¿No?
no,
¿Segura?
segura.
¿Ya?
¿Algo más?
No, no, no.
MA dice, concreta, la suelen decir las personas mayores de 70 años, de más de 70 años en España. ¿Ah, sí? Bueno, es que acá en Colombia yo nunca he oído concreta.
No. Concretamente, no
No,
sé.
¿y qué es esto?
No sé, era mi viejito como de,
No, y eso sonó como a tal cual.
no, tal cual.
Ah,
No,
sí, mentiras. ¿A quién sonaste entonces? ¿Quién
como a
habla?
Mario Hernández. Concretamente.
Nicolás.
Sí, yo, sí. La verdad yo sé que suena como deep cut, pero suena igualítico.
Juan Montero
¿Sí?
dice, buenas tardes desde España.
Buenas
Aquí se
tardes.
suele confundir concreta por croqueta. Sí, mira, es en España,
Bueno, pero es que en
no en
España también hay,
Colombia.
o sea, ustedes que son los que se inventaron nuestra bella lengua, hay veces es difícil uno entenderles. Tengo que decirlo, tengo que decirlo, es difícil. El español de España y dependiendo de las regiones, ya el lenguaje se volvió otra cosa.
Eh, Mir Muslim Ince Senet was saying hi.
Hi,
Hi, how are you? MA dice, la película está en HD en Cuevana.
yo
Mm,
no soy yo no soy
Yo
de
sí he usado
Cuevana.
Cuevana
Sí, creo que tú lo usabas para la serie.
para ver Awkward. No, pero yo no usaba Cuevana, yo usaba una que...
No, tú usabas una vaina que te mandaba 48 ventanas
Sí.
y que me
Pero
decías,
después
ven,
de que
ven, vamos a vernos este capítulo.
cerraban
No,
las
tengo que
cuarenta y
espichar
ocho
X primero, luego tengo que volverme a meter, luego que tengo que espichar X otra vez, luego se sale.
No, mira, yo ya sabía, era llegaba al capítulo, tenía que abrirlo con clic derecho en otra ventana.
Ajá.
Después de abrirlo en otra ventana, tenía que darle clic en el centro para que me habilitara lo de la pantalla grande y ahí salía algo de spam. Cuando salía lo de spam, lo cerraba, normalmente eran dos ventanas. Cerraba las dos ventanas. Luego tenía que poner pantalla grande, pero cuando ponía pantalla grande me salían dos spams más. Los tenía que cerrar y ahí sí podía ver la serie.
Esto solo lo entiende un latino, yo creo. O sea, solo es como obvio, claro.
Y después de eso me regalaste todas las temporadas, entonces
Sí, y no lo
quedé
veíamos
feliz.
más cuando era pirateado que ahora que
No, yo sí me
tienes
los he
todos los
visto.
DVDs.
Yo sí me los he visto. Lo que pasa es que me toca, el computador no tiene para leer DVD, para
Toca.
leer,
No,
si se dice
sí,
así.
claro, claro.
Soné
Son
como el
discos. No, no, no.
televisor de plasma.
No, eso es un lector de Blu-ray o de DVD o...
Em,
Pues hubieras dicho leer discos, no tenías que decir leer DVD.
sí. Incluso tú me dijiste que era distinto un Blu-ray a un
Son
DVD.
distintos.
Cuando yo te dije, ay, me las conseguiste en DVD y tú no, son en Blu-ray. Y yo, ¿qué es eso? ¿Qué es la diferencia? Para mí es lo mismo.
Pues
El plasma y
como
el...
15 años.
Pues sí, estamos viendo un DVD en el plasma.
Eso es.
Em, Lich dice, o sea, murciélago está aceptado en la RAE y es un barbarismo. ¿Qué?
No empiece.
Murciélago no diga.
No mames.
¿Murciélago? Murciélago.
O sea, ¿no es solo como le decían los magos a los niños chiquitos
A
en
ver,
las
dice.
fiestas?
El uso culto, la única fórmula
Farmilam.
forma válida hoy es murciélago. La forma murciégalo, que se recoge en el diccionario desde el siglo XVIII, es la forma etimológica del latín mus, muris, ratón, y caesulus, diminutivo de caesus, ciego. Pero hoy está en desuso y se considera vulgar. O sea que fue primero murciégalo que murciélago. O sea, del origen etimológico del latín viene murciégalo, Nicolás.
Porque era ciego.
Sí. Y era un mus, ratón, muris.
¿Un mus?
Ciégalo.
¿Un mus de ratón?
¿Un murciégalo no? ¿What?
Uy, Lich.
Tan culto, Lich.
Nos aquí burlándonos de Lich. Y
Sí.
Lich como, a ver, no, idiotas.
Sí. A ver. Murciégalo es como se decía.
Sí.
Edúquense. Muy bien, Lich. Yo no tenía ni idea. La verdad.
Pero fijo, Lich aprendió eso como en un TikTok. Entonces no
O fijo
molesta.
lo dijo mal en el colegio
Y de
y,
pura rabia se puso a investigar
y
como
le
para
dijo al
tener la
profesor,
razón.
sí. ¿Sabe qué?
Idiota.
Sí.
¿Sabes qué, idiota?
No, ¿y por qué hablaría así en un colegio
Eso
acá?
sería Fer, porque lo vio en un
Sí.
video de México.
Sí, pero pues,
¿Sabes qué,
¿y
idiota?
por qué le diría así a un profesor igual, idiota?
Porque los videos le dan la fuerza a Fer
No,
de
pero
ser
sí, Fer de pronto podría decir,
insolente.
sí, pero con el acento sí lo podría
¿Sabes
decir.
qué, idiota?
Sí. Clica aquí.
Naca, estúpida.
No, pero ya estás,
Y yo, Fer,
sí. Todo
pasa?
tu
Todo bien hasta
mexicano
naca.
es grosero. Dime algo mexicano que no sea grosero. O sea, dame una frase.
Güey,
Wait,
güey.
dame una frase.
Em, pásala.
Mi amor, eso no es una frase, me
Gracias.
estás diciendo una palabra.
Una frase. P mayúscula, pásala. Punto final.
P mayúscula, pásala.
Es una frase. Una frase tiene que tener,
Nah.
¿cómo se dice? Sujeto y predicado. No, pues oiga la M ahí. Burlándose y M estéreo.
Frase, te la voy a leer exacto. Unidad lingüística que consta de sujeto y predicado.
Tiene que.
Implícitos o explícitos. Sí, pero ¿cómo vas a decir que pásala?
Es un
es
sujeto implícito. Oye, tú, pásala. Del verbo pasar,
Pásala.
predicado. tú pásala. La rompimos.
Mm. Eh, Edmund Gia
Ujú,
or Edmund Gia.
ujú.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. J-I-A. How would you say it?
J-I-A,
Yeah, Edmund.
and it's in English.
Yeah, the question is in English.
I'm gonna say Gia.
Gia. Okay.
Well,
Hello, been lurking for a while and always enjoy your streams. Just a reminder, the thumbnail may need an update if you like.
always.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes,
Danny's
yes.
always aware of that.
I'm just waiting a bit, and I mean, you know what? I can do it now.
But thank you, Ed.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, Danny usually does that about an hour and a half into,
Mm-hmm.
because if she does it now, there is bagness to what I'm painting, I guess. There's like an essence of bagness, but it's not quite there yet.
Yeah, the thing I've been doing is like 3 different thumbnails through the video, but I don't know if that's the most effective.
Yeah, and you don't have to do that.
So let's use this one for now. Thumbnail Thursday.
So you know what? If you don't mind,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do like a generic one for live videos.
Yeah.
Do
no,
you
I
mind? Do you mind me doing that?
no, of course no.
Okay, because 'cause you're working in the afternoon, like all afternoon. So I'm gonna do that, and we can use that one as sort of like a placeholder.
Because I think I have one. That's the thing.
Yeah, but I want to give me a shot at doing one. I'll
Okay.
do like a funny, dumb one.
Okay.
Put my designer skills to test, which are horrible, by the way.
So let's change it here. Change open save. Perfect. So I think it's good for now.
Okay.
Guga Sánchez
Mhm.
dice saludos desde Brasil.
Saludos, bom
Hola,
dia.
Guga. ¿Cómo se dice?
Bom
¿Cómo se
dia.
dirá? No, Guga.
Guga.
Guga Sánchez. No, I don't know. Emily was saying hi. Hi, Emily, how are you?
Hey, Emily.
Juan Montero dice, yo soy de Valencia, España, y entiendo mejor el acento colombiano que algunos del sur de España, como el gaditano, que es de Andalucía.
Uy, los andaluces sí es complicado.
Sí, bueno, aunque yo creo que Juan dice el acento colombiano y de pronto se refiere al acento bogotano, que es el de nosotros, que es más neutral, porque igual en Colombia hay acentos difíciles
Sí, bastante difíciles
de entender. Los argentinos tienen unos acentos que...
También muy distintos.
No, pero tienen unos acentos que son súper marcados,
Sí.
que yo creo que es súper difícil de entenderle si uno no está como familiarizado con el acento.
Sí.
Guga Sánchez dice, tu pronunciación es perfecta, gracias. Bom dia, queridos. Creo que te decía a ti.
No, o a como
al
tú
Guga.
estabas diciendo el nombre, sí, lo entendí así.
Gracias, Guga Sánchez. Now I'm just thinking about the word
Which one?
used for... era en español. The barbarism.
Barbarella.
Barbarismo. Y no puede ser como... barbarismo directo e indirecto.
Ya está la señora, la doctora, no sé, doctora.
¿Qué son los tipos de barbarismos? Mira, de pronto sí existe. Barbarismo prosódico. Se producen alteraciones o imprecisiones en la manera de pronunciar o articular sonidos de la lengua.
O sea, ese no es.
Se pronuncia la G como si fuera Y, imitando la sonoridad de sonidos de otros idiomas. Girar en lugar de girar.
Como Fito Páez.
Taxi en lugar de taxi.
Giran y giran.
Síndrome en lugar de síndrome con tilde.
Síndrome.
Veniste en lugar de viniste.
Está complicado.
Gomitar en vez
Pero
de
eso es como lo
vomitar.
que dice un
Un niño
niño.
chiquito, sí.
Sí.
Barbarismos
A menos de,
morfológicos.
a menos de que uno vomite gomas. Vomite trululús.
O que
Eso sí es
una
vomitar.
gomita vomite. Em, Tiene lugar cuando la alteración se produce en la construcción misma de la palabra,
Mm.
tanto a nivel de su grafía como de su pronunciación. Por eso también suele considerarse faltas de ortografía y a menudo conducen a la creación errónea de palabras inexistentes. Aperturar en lugar de abrir.
Uy, nunca.
Sí.
No.
Americano en lugar de estadounidense.
Bueno,
Eh,
ese es.
Cabo en lugar de quepo, del verbo caber.
No, ese
No,
también es
cabo
un
ese es de
niño.
un niño,
Es un
sí.
niño,
O
sí.
no sabo,
No sabo.
no sepo, también. Conducí en lugar de conduje. Estuata en lugar de estatua. Morido en lugar de muerto. Bueno. Barbarismo sintáctico. Yo creo que la gente se está yendo.
Sí, gracias. O sea, oigan, estaba en este live para no ir a clase de español, pero gracias.
Sí, sí, sí. Sí, por fin tengo recreo y me puedo meter al live.
Sí.
O tengo un hueco de clases.
Juepucha.
No, barbarismo
Sí.
sintáctico.
Igual que el señor Hernández, no, pues qué mamera.
Barbarismo sintáctico. Tiene lugar cuando la alteración
seguiste.
se produce en el orden de los términos de una oración o en la concordancia de los mismos. El uso de la frase a grosso modo cuando tendría que ser grosso modo. El uso de la primer en lugar de la primera. El uso de más mejor en vez de mejor.
En vez de menos peor.
El uso de que corresponde a qué, de queísmo, como en ella me dijo de qué o yo pienso de qué. Y
Ese
ya.
Siempre se burlaban de los futbolistas cuando hacían eso.
Con el
No,
de
yo creo
qué.
de que el partido estuvo bien.
El uso en relación a en lugar de con relación a o en relación con.
Bueno, ya estamos.
Sí.
Ya
No,
me
ya se
quiero-
acabó, ya se acabó
Sí,
ese.
gracias. Sí, porque ya me estoy sintiendo como, ya está bien. A todos hablamos mal, gracias, ya.
Yo creo que estabas preocupado ahora que la gente se fuera.
No, es que me siento juzgado, entonces.
A ver. Tani said you guys are early today.
Yes.
Lot felt like I almost.
¿Mm?
Oh, LOL.
Okay.
Felt like I almost missed everything.
No,
We've been 42 minutes into the live session.
And honestly, talking not like absolute
Yeah.
nonsense. So you haven't missed anything.
Guga Sánchez said Danny and Nick. ¿Cuándo Nicolás voltará
Sí.
para Brasil?
Cuando me inviten, Guga. Cuando me vuelvan a invitar.
Iván dice, buenas.
Buenas,
Hoy es
Iván.
jueves de cine trivia en mi cuenta de escritor. Ya
Mm.
casi me voy a dormir. ¿Qué?
Uy, Iván, no. Hay como
Lo
3
pe-
cosas pasando al
O
tiempo.
sea, son 3 mensajes
Colabórenos.
distintos, pero buenas. Luego dijo,
Buenas. Punto final.
hoy es jueves de cine trivia en mi cuenta de escritor. Enter. Y luego hay otro mensaje
¿Listo?
que dice, yo ya casi me voy a dormir.
Pero, ¿y qué quiere decir eso? O sea, lo hablo desde la ignorancia porque de pronto no conozco su cuenta. Entonces, ¿es que usted pone preguntas? Supongo,
Ay,
en
yo
su
creo que
cuenta.
el yo ya casi me voy a dormir era con mis definiciones de
Ah,
barbarismo de pronto. De pronto son 3 cosas distintas.
no, pero no vale porque Iván es escritor. Entonces, todo eso, todas esas cosas a él le interesan, estoy seguro.
Y si no, ya lo
Eh.
echaste debajo del bus y tiene que...
No, yo estoy seguro.
Bueno, echar debajo del bus es una de esas que estábamos hablando, que es como un barbarismo, pero del que no sabemos cómo se llaman, ¿no? Porque es throw under the bus.
Pero
Ese
yo
no.
nunca digo me echó debajo el bus.
Yo la dije.
Sí, creo que la diste ahorita, en este momento, pero nadie dice me echó debajo el bus. Yo creo que uno dice eso y ¿en serio? ¿Qué le pasó? Nadie lo dice, Linda.
¿Acá se echó al agua? No. ¿Echó al agua?
Pues echarse el agua es otra
Como
cosa.
delatar, sí. Bueno, 3 pelos dice, mor es un barbarismo paisa, pero suena bien. More, y ese sí lo usa mucho la gente.
Yo no, hoy en día más o menos, pero a mí no me gusta.
Yo he oído que Fer a veces dice more.
No,
Claro que sí.
pero no porque lo usa.
No, pero pues
No.
como que lo he oído, o sea, como
O sea,
que
ella
yo
sabe
creo
lo que
que,
sí, ella sabe que
exacto,
es
yo creo
una
que,
apócope de amor, pero no es porque lo use.
mm,
No, a mí no me gusta. Es que
a
a mí
mí,
el hablado meloso, cualquier cosa melosa, blah.
Emilio Sorni dice, hola, buenos días.
Buenos
Me
días.
invitaron a una feria muy local de arte, pero no sé a qué precio vender las pinturas.
Mm,
Igual pinto en papel y he visto que como que la gente piensa que no es algo bueno o algo como propio de la pintura y una vez pasada que tuve un lugarcito me dijeron que hubieran comprado la pintura si estuviera en lienzo, pero no me
mm,
alcanza para los bastidores.
mm. Pues, pero es como más problema de ellos que de uno, porque si a uno no le alcanza, Emilio,
Sí,
Emilio, si a uno no le alcanza, ¿y uno para qué va a cambiar para satisfacer más la ignorancia de la gente?
sí.
Porque es que uno no está satisfaciendo nada distinto a la ignorancia de las otras personas. Entonces, pues yo diría que es que, pues de pronto, la audiencia y el potencial mercado que hay en esa feria, pues está acostumbrado a ciertas cosas y pues ya está en uno ver si uno se va a acomodar a ellas o si uno pues simplemente le está proponiendo algo distinto a esas personas. Pero o sea, si yo no tengo para comprar algo, yo no lo compro. Así es la gente, es como, ay, lo hubiera comprado. No, pero ¿eso qué quiere decir?
Sí,
Eso no
y si
quiere
a mí
decir
me
nada.
gusta algo, yo lo
Y
compro
además,
porque
fijo,
me gusta
sí,
como es, o sea, está en papel, está en piedra, está en...
fijo uno compra los bastidores y sale y nadie le compra a uno. Y uno se siente como un idiota. Y es como, no es que me iban a comprar si compraba bastidores y yo ahora endeudado con un poco de bastidores.
Yo creo que esto iría muy de la mano con lo que estabas hablando ayer, pues que estábamos al final hablando los dos, al final de la sesión de ayer,
Mm,
que es como, pues que si Emilio pinta en papel porque le gusta, como es la pintura en papel y si él reconoce su pintura en el papel, pues no tiene por qué hacer esos cambios solo para como
mm.
amoldarse a lo que
Fuera,
la gente
fuera que
dice.
uno está ofreciendo un Picasso en un papel a ver si la gente no brinca.
Sí, sí, sí.
Sí. O un
Eh,
Bacon en un papel. O no sé, un de Kooning en un papel.
y Emilio, esta parte me faltó, está diciendo, y ahora no sé a qué precio darlas, ¿ustedes qué harían?
Me familiarizaría, perdón, con los precios a los que normalmente, porque si es una feria, digamos, que tiene como una geografía específica, me refiero a que la audiencia es muy particular, está siempre como en un sitio en particular, es muy probable que se vendan cosas como dentro de un rango, como ya, digamos, aceptado. Entonces, a mí lo del papel no me preocupa nada, pero pues eh, yo sí me trataría de informar acerca del el mercado. O sea, bueno, ¿la gente compra acá pintura? Sí. ¿Y a cuánto normalmente la compran? No, no sé, pues, digámoslo en dólares para ser más internacionales, como para que nos entendamos todos, pero no, compran entre 50 y $100. Listo, porque entonces yo ahí ya sé que, no, pues mi intención era ponerlo en 500, pero pues ya sé que no es que yo esté mal en pedir 500, sino que en este sitio, pues si pido 500 nadie me lo va a pagar. Entonces
Aunque
uno,
yo también diría que si Emilio vende su obra en general a un precio,
sí,
eh, mm,
que lo mantenga,
que lo
sí,
mantenga exacto, que no lo adapte solo porque la feria cobra menos,
sí,
porque si la feria cobra menos, entonces de pronto él debería hacer trabajos específicos para esa feria que él crea que se ajustan a eso o no ir a la feria, dependiendo lo que él busque, ¿sí me entiendes? O sea,
sí,
porque si él dice,
sí, de
no,
pronto
es
no es
que
el
yo
sitio.
siempre vendo a
500
500
dólares.
dólares, sí,
Mm,
pero es que en la feria compran a 50 y yo ya tenía unos trabajos pensados que quería llevar allá, pero no me siento bien
mm,
vendiéndolos a 50, pero es que si los pongo a 500 no me los compran, pues entonces yo creo que ahí la solución sería no venderlos en la feria porque de pronto no es un lugar que se adapte tanto a lo que uno quiere de su obra, como
sí. No todos los sitios son para uno.
sí,
súper normal, eso está bien, uno tiene que aceptar también eso. Pero si uno está empezando y si uno, pues, lo que está buscando es vender, de nuevo, lo del papel se me hace una barbaridad, o sea,
Mm,
una tontería, porque obra en papel hay todo el tiempo, hay dibujos que son multimedia, que son en papel, hay grabados que son en papel, o sea, el papel como sustrato, no, uno debería estar viendo es el papel como sustrato, no la
sí.
técnica que está encima, eso no tiene absolutamente nada.
Todas
In-
las acuarelas, pues
sí,
mucha, la
exacto.
mayoría de las acuarelas en papel.
Hay pinturas en
Y es
wash,
como
en
en
papel, uno puede
papel.
pintar acrílicos sobre papel. Y nada de eso despertaría ninguna como alarma en las personas. Entonces, no, eso no tiene nada. Por eso yo digo que uno tiene que saber, como decía Dani, como las peleas, cuándo pelear, y ahí uno tiene que darse cuenta, bueno, no, esa pelea no es contra el papel, sino es con la ignorancia de la gente. Entonces, pues uno ahí ya tiene que decir como, no, a ver. O estar dispuesto uno, y esto es como mamón, a que uno le digan, ay, pero es en papel, no, no, yo creo que ya no. Nosotros, o sea, Emilio, nosotros hemos comprado, creo que sobre papel es lo que
La
más
mayoría de lo
hemos
que
comprado.
tenemos, sí.
O sea, y nosotros tenemos más de 100 cosas, más como de 150 cosas que hemos
Sí,
comprado, y la mayoría de ellas son en papel. Yo diría
sí.
que el 90 y picho por ciento son en papel.
Sí, y hay dibujos, pinturas, pinturas en acrílico,
De
en óleo, en
todo.
wash, hay de todo.
Sí, de todo. Entonces, no sé, o sea, yo creo que si uno quiere echarse como ese bulto encima de decir, bueno, no, eh, ay, la función
Ya
de
vengo.
educar me corresponde, si uno quiere echarse todo ese peso encima, pues hágale. Pero eso es súper mamón también, que uno cada vez que le pregunten uno tiene que decir, no, mira, no, mira, es totalmente válido pintar en papel, no le pasa nada a la pintura. O sea, si uno tiene que echarse todo ese discurso para que de pronto además no le crean a uno, que de pronto estén diciendo como, no, ¿sabes qué? No, no, no me da como confianza. Ahí sí uno dice como, ah, no, no, pues ya, eso es su postura, es su decisión, pero esa función del artista como de educar en ese sentido, o sea, chévere. Yo entiendo que a uno muchas veces le toque hacer eso, pero hay veces también es muy cansona. Entonces, sí, mire a ver si los compromisos que tiene que hacer, si es que existen compromisos, usted está dispuesto a hacerlos. Y si ve que no, pues no los haga, pues no es el sitio para uno. O sea,
Y también creo que
mm,
yo llegué acá de
creo
una
que
al
Tassi
micrófono
llegó con
así.
el,
Y
sí,
también,
el comentario lo tenía desde el baño.
¿cuál baño? No
No,
fui, es
estábamos
que
viendo, es
sonó
que
la
estábamos lavando
lavadora.
ropa, sí, sí, qué pena.
Em, que es que creo que algo de lo que tú dices también es, tú lo habías hablado una vez, como que qué tal que uno esté exponiendo en un sitio y le dicen, ay, no, es que ¿sabe qué? O sea, y uno está exponiendo lo que a uno le gusta pintar. Es como yo estoy haciendo pinturas de vasos,
Croquetas,
de croquetas, sí, vasos y croquetas, porque me encanta,
corquetas.
corquetas, bueno, Nicolás, lo que sea, me encanta, quiero hacer esto, punto. Y la persona encargada del lugar, o de pronto la gente dice como, ay, no, lástima, si hicieras retratos, me encantaría. Y uno dice, ah, pero es que yo no me identifico con los retratos, pero bueno, de pronto si los hago, los puedo vender. Y luego hace uno una cantidad de pinturas de retratos que no disfrutó porque no es lo que a uno le gusta. Y llega y de nuevo no se vende nada. Yo creo que ahí la decepción es como, no. O sea, cuando uno dice, o sea, hice lo que me dijeron, que yo creo que tú hablabas a ti, ¿no te pasó algo parecido o algo
Sí,
decías?
alguna vez con una exposición que no me forzó nadie a
No, no,
ir.
no, pero te dijeron, ay, debería. Y que tú dentro de ti sabías como, ay, pues que yo no quiero hacer eso.
Sí, yo
Y uno
no.
a veces termina diciendo, no, pues lo hago porque de pronto sí se va a vender. Y al final es como, jue madre, hice esto que no me gustó, no disfruté para nada el proceso y no se vendió nada. Entonces es lo mismo, yo creo que si uno disfruta pintar en papel, o si digamos Emilio estaba diciendo, no me alcanza para los bastidores, uno dice, bueno, voy a hacer la inversión, compro los bastidores porque la gente me dice que así sí se vendería. Y uno hace esa inversión y después llega y tampoco se vendió. Entonces yo creo que ahí sería peor porque uno sabe que uno como que se está defraudando a sí mismo y lo que uno quería y pues que al final no terminó como habiendo cambiado nada. ¿Estás bien?
No, sí, sí.
Ah, es que como que saltaste.
Sí, es un cimbroneo.
Sí. Sí,
Sí, señora.
eso
Sí,
era.
sí, doctora.
Ay, ¿por qué estás
No, no, no.
así?
No, tienes toda la razón. Sí, o sea, uno puede vivir con la decepción de cosas que uno controla, pero pues cuando uno se decepciona porque trató de satisfacer a otras personas y no funcionó nada, pues ahí uno se siente como un idiota, la verdad. Sí, no. Yo, mire, desde mi experiencia, pero de nuevo, mi experiencia no quiere decir que sea lo que funciona en esa feria, pero desde mi experiencia no pasa nada, no tiene nada que ver el sustrato, o sea, un soporte no tiene absolutamente nada que ver.
Mm,
Tanto que uno lo que dice es como, ay, es sobre papel y ya, o sea, eso llega hasta ahí, eso no es como si fuera la gran revelación de algo, la gran cosa rarísima. No, no, eso no tiene nada, no tiene nada, absolutamente nada. Pero, pues es que las audiencias son distintas, los mercados son distintos, entonces también es muy probable que pues la gente allá no le importe oír eso, que la gente al final en ese espacio en particular de pronto sí compra si está enmarcado y no compra si no está enmarcado.
mm.
Y de pronto sí compra si tiene un bastidor y no compra si no tiene un bastidor. Entonces, complicado. Yo si viera una pintura de alguien que respeto, que me gusta y me pueden decir lo que sea, es como, ay, qué pena, es que la tela viene así, no está montada en un bastidor. No me importa, me lo llevo, es como así. Yo le pongo el bastidor en 2 segundos, no pasa nada.
Sí, pues fue como cuando yo eh, te conseguí la de Benjamin
Ujú,
Bjorkland y él me dijo como, "Ay, lo único es que yo la apoyé sobre otra pintura y tiene como una marca en la tela. Y yo le decía, a mí no me importa, a mí me
mm,
encanta esa pintura, o sea, yo la quiero y ya. O sea, si uno la ve y le gusta, uno la compra y ya.
sí.
111 dibujitos dice, pero recuerden preparar el papel antes de pintar con el en
mm,
óleo,
así
con
como
óleo en él.
nosotros que no lo preparamos.
No, sí, Nicolás no prepara el papel.
Mm.
Am,
Así como Toulouse-Lautrec no preparaba el
eh,
cartón,
sí.
ni
Ro-
Olga Boznanska preparaba el cartón.
Robin was saying, hola, is that a bag?
That is a bag.
Yes, that's a
Yeah,
bag.
today it's bag day. I
We're
was saying
back to
how
bags.
back to bag, yeah. I was saying how yesterday we had that jacket that was super attractive, and it's easy to sometimes think that because our subject matter was kind of like attractive or objectively attractive, then that then we have to keep that like, oh no, to do something interesting, I have to have like another shape, you know, as part of the human body that's also interesting, and you start to try to like exaggerate and look like beyond what can be in front of you. Um, and I like to paint just as a reminder. I think bags for me are these beautiful kind of like excuses to remind myself that no, a painting doesn't have to be weird or exaggerated or just super super different in order to be like the source of a hopefully cool painting. So that's plastic bags for me. Um, I thought I've said this before. I thought I did some very cool bags, but there are people out there that like Samantha Herring that are doing just incredible work, with subject matter that I wish I could paint as good as her. But she's got me beat. She's amazing. So I think I would paint twice the number of bags that I do now if it wasn't for the fact that I happened to see what she was doing and I was like, okay, I'm retiring. It's like I can't do this any better than what she does. So
Robin said, I love your bags.
thank you. I know.
Am, Iván, cuando decían lo del papel sin preparar, dice, Our Painted Lives, todo es crudo con ustedes.
De pronto, sí, hay una crudeza.
¿Qué?
eh, no, yo iba a decir que pues es fundamental, o sea, es necesaria.
Iván,
Sí,
respecto a lo de Emilio, estaba diciendo, Emilio, el precio depende del trabajo y de qué tan conocido sea usted. El formato solo afecta si en efecto sube mucho el precio. Los materiales son costosos y hacen parte del precio de las pinturas. Yo por eso no he comprado ninguna pintura de OPL. No porque siempre se agotan antes de que pueda darles comprar. No, es porque están en papel. Qué bobada. Hay que educar también a los compradores.
sí,
Carlos Taylor dice, pega el papel a un lienzo. Eso hizo Rothko.
sí, aunque no es
Em,
tan fácil. O sea, sí, montar papeles en telas entelar un papel no es raro, tampoco realmente es muy complejo, pero para la gente que comienza, y de pronto, no estoy diciendo que, ¿cómo se llama nuestro amigo de nuevo?
Emilio.
Emilio esté
No,
comenzando,
pero sí
pero
él dijo, ahorita te leo, pero sí él dice que está comenzando.
sí, pero entelar un papel es complejito, no es de esas cosas como tan sencillas de hacer.
Margo Delgado dice, hola a todos, no oí la campanita, hace mucho que empezaron. Hace una hora y un minuto
Estoy re mal
empezamos.
entonces.
Emilio dice, bueno, es que Iván le estaba preguntando que dónde es la feria. Emilio le dice, Iván, gracias, sí, la feria es en Oaxaca, de donde soy.
Qué lindo
Eh,
Oaxaca. Tenemos que ir a Oaxaca.
sí, mi hermana fue a Oaxaca, yo no he
Qué
ido a
bonito.
Oaxaca. Yo no he ido a México,
Viva México.
no he ido, quiero ir.
Muy
Y quiero
lindo.
ir y comer
Allá se come muy bueno.
en cada esquina voy a parar a comer.
Eso da diarrea, pero bueno. En
Em,
cualquier sitio, o sea, no en México. No es que las esquinas de México den diarrea.
no, en
Cualquier
cualquier
sitio.
lado, sí, como en cada esquina
Sí,
me...
eso
Sí.
creo que sí.
Emilio dice, igual comienzo apenas a vender, igual vendo casi al costo arribita del material más la mano de obra, pero no sé, igual deberíamos tener clase de vender aquí en la facultad.
Ayudaría. Lo que pasa es que esas uf, cosas que tienen que ver con el mercado, normalmente, Emilio, eh, hay muchísima inseguridad por parte de los artistas cuando hablamos de eso. Em, Hay muchísima información que se reservan los artistas porque no quieren como que... Es como, ay, si yo comparto esto, ellos se pueden meter a mi mercado y me lo dañan o me roban compradores o... Entonces, la verdad, nos hemos acostumbrado muchísimo a no compartir como ese tipo de información, no hablar abiertamente. Es muy extraño uno escuchar a artistas cuando dicen, no, no he vendido nada. No, no, o sea, aquí tengo 300 pinturas en mi taller porque no he vendido nada. Eh, o sea, le pongo lo que me pasaba a mí en la vida, pero a mí la gente me decía, ay, venga, lo voy a ir a visitar al taller porque quiero ver de las cosas que tiene anteriores o nuevas, pero quiero ver. Y yo les decía, no, yo no tengo nada. Y eran como, ay, sí, bueno, está bien. Y no, pero ya pasamos. Y yo, bueno, si quiere venga, pero yo no tengo nada. Y me decían, no, pero ¿y cómo así que no va a tener nada para mostrar o sea, qué quiere decir? Obviamente tiene para mostrar. Yo les decía, no, si quiere pase, pero pues a visitar y todo bien. Y si quiere podemos cuadrar para tratar de hacer algo para usted en el futuro, pero no tengo nada. Y la verdad era extraño porque es que no estoy tratando de decir, no, yo vendí todo. No, sino porque es que la gente se acostumbraba a decir, es pura mentira. Decir que yo vendí es pura mentira.
Hmm.
Decir que yo vendí quiere
Es
decir
como
que a los
para,
2 meses está en el taller, entonces voy a ir al taller.
es como para fingir
Sí, como una...
¿cómo se dice?
mm,
¿Success?
que soy exitoso
Sí,
en algo.
como éxito en las ventas y
Ujú.
éxito en... Em, y,
Para tener esas conversaciones, qué pena y
no,
ya
tranqui, tranqui,
acabo,
tranqui.
toca hablar con honestidad. Esa es la primera lección de todo eso, es hablar con honestidad. Y cuando uno dice, bueno, ¿y a cuánto la vendió? No es como, ay, no le estoy preguntando, o sea, no le estoy diciendo a cuánto la vendió como para que usted se vanaglorie de vender o se vanaglorie, no sé. de vender a X precio, sino le estoy preguntando es para que, porfa, ayúdeme, dígame la verdad para que yo en serio sepa cuántas pinturas, como que, cuántas pinturas fue que vendió el año pasado y a cuánto las vendió. O sea, todas esas cosas me dan tranquilidad a mí porque no me generan unas expectativas falsas de lo
Mm,
que realmente es un mercado.
sí. O la gente que no es como de vanagloriarse, sino de como que es como, ay, no puedo decir que lo vendí tan barato. ¿Sí me
Sí,
entiendes? Como que ninguno de los dos extremos es
sí, eso
eh,
es una, todo es
sano.
tontería, es una tontería.
Y creo que con eso también respondes un poquito. Tres Pelos estaba preguntando, ¿tienes obra que no quieras vender?
No, yo no.
Yo
Yo,
tuve lo de la de mi tesis,
pero
mis
te quitaste
tallas,
esa
pero
culita de una.
sí,
Estuvo
pero ya.
súper, estuvo
Sí, sí,
súper.
sí.
Yo no entiendo. O sea, bueno, entiendo por qué hay veces la gente dice, no, tengo un apego con esto en particular porque me significa, ¿no? Perfecto, perfecto. Pero pues, no sé, yo hay veces digo que, o sea, a mí me significa todo lo que hago.
Sí.
Todo,
Yo creo que
todo.
yo lo tenía con el mío también pensando que en
Pucha.
algún momento iba como a seguirle trabajando y a ampliarlo más y a...
Sí.
Pero, ¿te lo pasó? Fue el Lightning Brush.
Ah, no, de pronto hoy no, hoy de pronto no lo usamos. Gracias.
O sea, me queda fácil pasártelo.
No, pero dejémoslo. Si no pinto un día y no tumbo un pincel y
No
no
estás
queda en el
pintando.
suelo, no pinté. O sea, no vale la pintura.
Emilio Sorni dice... Ay. Emilio Sorni dice, antes igual preparaba el papel, pero me daba la cosa de que quería pintar ya, rápido porque quería pintar ya y cuando empecé a ver OPL fue como revelación y ahora pinto directo, rápido y súper.
Bueno, o sea, de nuevo, esto no es una cosa que nosotros nos hayamos inventado. O sea, en el siglo XX hay muchísima obra sobre papel y sobre papel crudo.
Sí,
O sea, no es, y hay muchísima obra sobre tela cruda. O sea,
sobre cartón, lo que
sobre
hablabas,
todo
que
Manolo
como
Valdés,
ese
que
cartón mega ácido
mm,
terrible.
sí, que se usaba en el siglo XIX, comienzos del XX. Pero, por ejemplo, uno de mis pintores favoritos, de mis artistas favoritos contemporáneos, es Manolo Valdés. Y
Mm.
Manolo Valdés pinta en una tabla, pinta en lonas,
Lo que se le
y es pura pintura
atraviese.
así. Y
Sí.
la tela no, es que no hubiera importado que uno le eche cola a la tela. No, eso son una cantidad de pinturas sobre la tela, pero les puedo decir desde ya que es tela cruda. Toda la pintura de Bacon es sobre tela cruda. Toda, toda. O sea, lo mismo que le va a pasar al papel cuando se pinta crudo, le va a pasar a la tela cruda. Las fibras del papel se van a afectar, las fibras de la tela se van a afectar. Pero uno no va a un museo y ve a un Bacon y empieza, uy, como que levanta la nariz como Uchi. O sea, no, ¿qué pasa? O sea, no. El siglo XX pasó y nos enseñó, yo siempre he dicho esto, nos enseñó cosas maravillosas. O sea, y no quiere decir que son cosas que vayan en contra así de todo lo sagrado de la pintura. No, sino que nos enseñó que se puede hacer pintura de una manera distinta o como desde un puerto distinto al que se utilizaba pues en los 400 años antes de llegar
Mm.
a esos momentos donde se hicieron esos cuestionamientos. Entonces uno tiene que pues reconocer eso. Yo no estoy diciendo que es que el siglo XX tuvo la razón, pero estoy diciendo que pasó, o sea, sucedió y de ahí se pueden sacar mil cosas maravillosas también.
Emilio Sorni decía, eh, gracias Iván, que Iván estaba hablando
Mm,
sobre los cálculos para hacer la evaluación de las pinturas.
ujú.
Emilio decía, Iván, sí, gracias, es lo que he intentado porque bueno, mero ahora que dice Nicolás, es muy tabú eso de vender y bueno, tengo 20 y me veo muy chico y me daba pena, pero pues ya sí quiero tratar de vivir de eso, creo.
No, sin pena.
Pero no, y además, yo creo que eso de, o sea, la edad no importa y
No,
mucho menos verse menor de la edad,
no.
porque, o sea, es como si entonces como el físico de uno lo impidiera ser como más serio o como querer algo más profesional
No.
de su pintura y creo que eso no...
Yo le hubiera comprado, si hubiera podido, 700 cosas a James Jean, al James Jean de 20 años.
Mm.
Por Dios.
No, 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 sí, y lo de la edad, pero además como Emilio dice, y me veo muy chico, pues yo me veo muy chiquita.
Pues es que uno a
Y
los
eso no
20
me
años se ve
quita...
chico.
No, no,
O sea, y
no, o
punto.
sea, sí, pero digo, es que yo me veo, muchas veces dicen que me veo menor de de los años que tengo, y no creo que eso haya sido nunca una razón por la que yo diga, "Ah, es que como me veo más chiquita, es como si fuera menos válido lo que yo hago,
Ah, sí, no,
porque no
pero
me van a creer, porque no me van a... No, no,
bueno,
no,
pero
yo
esos
creo
son
que
prejuicios y apariencia.
sí, sí, sí,
O sea,
pero
eso
por
no
eso yo
tiene
digo,
nada.
exacto, y yo por eso digo que el valor que tiene uno como persona, pero pues también de lo que estamos hablando ahorita, el valor que tiene uno como artista no tiene nada que ver con cómo se ve a uno. Si se ve uno, si tiene uno 20 pero se ve de 30 o se ve de 15 no tiene nada que ver con la obra de uno. O sea, eso sí no, son factores que no afectan en absolutamente nada.
No. Yo, Emilio,
Sí,
Emilio, yo de usted, con toda honestidad, le diría, nada, hable con otros artistas y dígales, bueno, pero es que también hay veces los artistas decimos mentiras todo el tiempo. Pero no, pues vaya y mire a cuánto venden. O sea, es así de sencillo. Y vaya, y si hay alguien como medio parecido a uno, vendiendo cosas como que medio, uno dice, ay, esto es como parecido a lo que yo hago. Mire los tamaños y mire los precios y mire si la gente les compra y si la gente como que no pelea por esos precios y ya, porque de pronto en ferias más chiquitas, pues uno no está pensando, o sea, lo que decía Iván es cierto, obviamente artistas reconocidos pues demandan unos precios muy altos, pero muchas veces en sitios que uno no conoce, o sea, nosotros le hemos comprado a docenas y docenas de artistas que yo nunca pienso como, ay, pero si será conocida esta persona.
no,
O sea, es lo último que se me pasa por la cabeza.
sí.
Entonces lo que dice Iván es muy cierto ya para como mercados de arte un poquito más grandes y más complejos. Pero cuando la gente uno entiende, y yo creo que uno entiende súper rápido que está comenzando, pues esas cosas ya no importan. Yo más me fijaría en formato, o sea, si yo veo, es que en esta feria la gente que vende a estos tamaños normalmente le pone estos precios. Pues yo voy a poner esos precios y no tengo por qué sentirme raro. O sea,
Mm.
es como, pero ¿y por qué todos ustedes pueden poner esto a todos a este precio y si yo llego entonces no? No, tampoco. Tampoco. Uno quiere decir, no, bueno, yo me puedo acomodar acá, me puedo acomodar como a esta esquinita, a este nicho chiquito de este mercado que maneja estos precios. Y no, y nunca le dé pena, nunca, nunca le dé pena. Si usted dice, es que el precio de esto es 100 pesos, pues son 100 pesos. O
Mm.
sea, sin pena, sin pena. O sea, así, créame, tranquilo, esto le va a pasar a usted y me ha pasado a mí 1000 veces y me va a seguir pasando 1000 veces más. La gente es re descarada, la gente no le importa si le dicen que un sofá vale tanto, una silla vale tanto o un almuerzo vale tanto.
Sí.
Hay veces la gente gasta más en comida, en salir a un restaurante que en lo que puede comprar en arte. Y cuando se come un pedazo de carne costosísima en un restaurante, dice, ay no, pues sí, es el restaurante. Y es un pedazo de carne que se la comió y a los 2 días va a ser caca. O sea,
Claro.
pero arte que lo puede tener ahí, que lo puede disfrutar todos los días y gozar de eso todos los días. De pronto la caca, la ida al baño se la puede gozar un día, pero uno hay veces dice, no, 100 pesos, y es como, ¡wash! ¿100 pesos? No.
Sí, está
Como,
como cara esa
sí,
pintura
uy,
y uno
no,
está
no,
ahí, no.
no, pero qué pena. No, eso sí se me sale de todo mi presupuesto. Y uno es como, ay, bleh. Pero se van a comprar unos zapatos y es como, no, no les importa nada. O una chaqueta, no les importa nada. Entonces, o salen a beber una noche y se gastan lo que se hubieran gastado en comprando 3 cosas de arte. Entonces, las prioridades muchas veces son muy, muy distintas para la gente y uno también, o sea, no se trata de entrar en discusión con la gente porque ¿para qué? Pero hay veces la gente es como re descarada, entonces que no se pongan a hacerlo sentir mal a uno porque uno pidió algo que uno considera es justo. Y la manera de uno saber si es justo, pues es contexto. Muchas veces ayuda contexto. Entonces uno dice, todo en esta feria se está vendiendo a esto, pues súper, listo. Yo voy a vender a esto y no me voy a sentir mal.
Sí, y también lo que tú decías una vez que yo creo que es muy cierto, que es que cuando uno dice, no, es que no sé qué precio ponerle, pero siempre hay un precio con el que uno se sentiría bien.
Sí,
O sea, es como, porque a uno le pueden decir, véndalo a 20 pesos. Y uno puede decir por dentro, no es que no me siento bien, porque yo creo que sería más o sería menos. Yo creo que uno al final siempre sabe. Lo que pasa es que a uno le da miedo decir, cuesta esto. Pero uno dentro de uno siempre sabe cuál es ese precio que en la cabeza de uno está bien, con el que uno puede estar tranquilo.
sí.
Roslyn.
Yes.
Oh, so we have the rows.
Mm.
You sent me a picture.
Yeah, I can do this.
One.
Oh God, now
No, I have
now
it
I
here.
lost the bag. Oh,
Nicolas.
yeah.
No, I have it here.
So we have the rows.
Woo! Yeah.
And the monkey would be Danny, so we have to Photoshop Danny's face in there.
Yeah.
Not because you're a monkey, but
Because
because
I'm
the
not a
three of you-
row.
It's the three
Yeah.
of you. That's how you roll. The
Roll,
three of you are
roll.
gonna go and look for houses. that-
Yeah, I was going to show it here, but yeah,
Yes.
it's better there.
Oh God, now I have
Yeah.
to find my bag.
A ver. Julia Tobar. Oh, so Julia.
Julia.
Because Julia is speaking in English. Julia said,
Oh.
hey everyone. Hi Julia. How
Hey,
are ya?
Julia Marina.
Lapis Exilis, so Shade,
Yeah.
said hi Julia. And hi Roslyn. And hello everyone. Hi Shade, how are you? And Shade also said the delicate color transitions on the back are just incredible.
Thank you. Thank you. We're not quite there yet, but if there's a sense of bagginess to it from the start, I'm happy with that.
Margo Delgado dice, estoy pintando un paisaje de la costa de la isla y se ve la carretera por la que bajo a la ciudad.
Qué lindo.
Hoy mientras iba en el coche por esa carretera sentí que estaba dentro de mi cuadro.
¡Ay, qué bonito!
Ay, qué lindo.
Una experiencia canaria.
Berika said, hello, I'm late because of driving lessons,
Oh,
but I have prepared some questions to ask today.
well, first of all, how is, you know that I was horrified of driving when I was younger. Horrified.
When you were learning?
Yeah. I think, well, when I was learning, I felt okay. I didn't feel that bad when I was learning. But I think my mother was very nervous.
Yeah, that happened to
You
me
know,
too.
we kind of agree. Like,
Yeah.
I think your mother and my mother are both very nervy people.
Yeah.
So my mother would never give me a sense of confidence when I was driving. And maybe it was like deserved. Like I was probably too nervous, and you can't be super nervous when you're driving. Like you have to be incredibly responsible when you're driving.
Yeah, but I think at the beginning everyone's
it's-
super nervous when they're starting to.
No, but I remember just being so nervy when I was driving, and then eventually, you know what helped me? I think I had like this dude that was helping me drive. He always said it, and I always say that, and it's good for like everything in life. He was like, nobody's ever born learned. Like everyone that's in this world has had to learn how to do everything they do. Everything. So I remember he showed me like every single car. Like we went out to the street, and he was like, look at every single car out there. And he was like, every single person out there had to learn how to drive, and everyone was as nervous as you. So I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. Like everyone had to do this. Everyone had to go through this. And that gave me like a ton of peace of mind. So
Yeah, because I think that when I was in my driving lessons,
yeah.
I was super secure of myself. But then when I got the driving license and I was driving and my mom was there, she was so nervous that I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
Like I can't. So
Yeah, it makes it a little bit harder, I have to say. Mothers can do that.
Dominic,
Yeah.
he was saying this while we were talking in
Oh
Spanish.
no, but she had a few questions.
Yeah. But I haven't seen the questions.
Oh, I thought they were like right after
No,
that.
no.
Okay, sorry.
So, Berica, we're ready for your questions. And Dominique was saying when we were speaking in Spanish,
Yes.
they were saying, I don't know what you're talking about,
Mhm.
but it always makes me happy to see you draw. I also hope you can consider opening an account on Bilibili, hoping that more Chinese audiences can see your excellent paintings. YouTube is difficult to access in China because of state policy.
We had no idea.
No, I had no
So
idea either.
I kind of I'm super aware how restrictive the government is, especially with like social media, because there's no like Instagram. I'm guessing Chinese people that still live in China. I don't know how easy it is to get a VPN in China. So, but I'm guessing that they have to do something, kind of like VPN. But I would love to. I would love to
Yeah.
have like like a bigger audience in the sense that, we think we have tons of like good quality content
Mm-hmm.
that, the only bad thing is that we don't have our videos anymore. Like we don't have a backup of videos because that would have, we would have needed to have like almost like server space
Yeah.
to put all those videos,
Mm-hmm.
to save them. But from now on, like we'll look into it and see how easy or difficult it is to
Yeah, because I was
to do that.
looking and it's like a different YouTube. It's like a video sharing platform.
Mm-hmm.
So I just opened the tab. I think it's
Yeah.
super cool. And I also think that the good thing is that we can download our videos, our past videos, in our YouTube studio. It would take a while,
Yeah.
but you can download them. I don't know if you can download them in the highest quality, but maybe we could see if we can do it. Because you can do that. I
Yeah.
mean. And Berica was saying, Dominique, it would be great if somebody made Chinese subtitles for OBL. I'm learning Chinese and would love to learn new painting vocabulary in Chinese.
Oh, that's so
Yeah,
difficult though.
that would be super
we are
complicated.
so all over the place with that what we say that I don't know if,
Yeah.
if the
No, and you know what's
subtitles would be good.
what's also super complicated?
Mm.
I remember when people were saying, when we did the edited videos, that the English videos, people who understand Spanish were saying that we should use Spanish subtitles and then in Spanish Tuesdays, English subtitles.
Yeah.
And I remember someone said like, no, just open it for people to be able to do the subtitles. And I did a research and that was something that was available before. Like you could just open that and someone could just like do the script.
Yeah.
Like, and upload it and then you would have the subtitles. But now the creator of the video is the one that has to do the subtitles. So it will be super complicated because, I mean, we don't know Chinese.
No,
And to do
but I'm
the-
sure that they can send you like a file. Wouldn't you be able to download
think
it as
you
a
have-
file?
You have...
I don't know. I don't know enough about how subtitles work in YouTube. So I really don't know. I don't know if it's like if it's, like subtitles in a movie that you just have to sync up a little bit, but it's just a file. So maybe you can just upload like a file, but I don't know. Again, I really don't.
Yes, but we would have to be the ones doing that for every single video.
Yeah, the thing is,
So-
I think it was Ivan that was saying yesterday that usually bigger sites have like moderators, which are just people from the community that are willing to help, and there are people that you trust.
Mhm.
And I think we have great people in this community, but I don't know how easy it would be for us because our operation is like super small. It really is. It's really super, super small. So I don't know if we're at a place where we can just say, hey, who's willing to moderate these things and who's willing to, do all this work for us for nothing, really, honestly. So, because it's a lot of effort, I feel.
Liet was saying hello. Hi,
Hey,
Liet.
Liet.
How are you? Víctor Torres dice, a mí una vez un amigo que me compró un dibujo me dijo, Eso está muy barato y me terminó pagando más y yo estaba todo apenado pero feliz.
No, eso es lo
Qué
mejor.
chévere, sí, eso es lo mejor.
Perdón, pero, o sea,
Ese es
y,
como
y-
un amigo,
sí, y no lo hemos hecho, o sea, nosotros hemos hecho eso. Y no lo
sí,
digo como por uno decir, uy, no, pues es que eso es. No, 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 lo hemos hecho porque yo hay veces digo, como, no, no, tiene huevo, o sea, obvio
eso no
no.
vale eso, sí, eso no vale ni
Sí,
el
no,
envío.
no, 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 y a mí me ofende que, o sea, si yo quiero comprar algo, quiero comprarlo por lo que sea justo, de nuevo, yo no quiero tampoco regalar plata, no se trata de uno acá regalar plata. Yo tampoco estoy diciendo, no, es que yo tengo plata, entonces le voy a regalar plata. No, tampoco. No, o
Mm,
sea, gánese su plata. Pero yo también sé cuando algo es injusto. Y yo no estoy dispuesto, o sea, cuando yo le quiero comprar algo a alguien o Dani, no queremos es aprovecharnos de nadie, de
mm.
nadie. O sea, de nuevo, tampoco regalar plata, pero sí decirle a alguien, oiga, su trabajo, estoy 100% de acuerdo que vale eso y aquí
Sí.
está el dinero.
Y tampoco nunca como regatear,
No, no, no,
nunca.
nunca lo hemos
O sea,
hecho.
yo creo que si no está dentro del rango de uno, pues uno al final dice, no, no,
Sí, se sale de mi
sí,
presupuesto que
muchas
le tengo
gracias, pero se
dedicado
sale
para
de mi,
esto.
exacto, y ya. Pero no como, ¿y en cuánto me lo deja? ¿Y si le doy esto, está bien? No.
Sí, eso es insoportable.
Sí,
Uno, es como si la negociación empezara es con el precio que dice uno y uno es como, porque hay gente que dice, bueno, pero ese, bueno, pero y para mí, no, pues
sí.
usted me acaba de preguntar hace 2 segundos que cuánto costaba,
Y
le
le acabo
acabo
de
de
decir cuánto
responder,
cuesta,
le
sí.
acabo de responder. ¿Cómo así que vamos a empezar a negociar si le acabo de responder?
Hmm.
No dice,
Jul-
no, ese es mi precio y ya.
Julia Tobar dice, el descubrimiento de hoy de mi binge watch
Sí,
de
Julia,
OPL fue Testicular Eclipse.
se lo regalamos un poco.
A ver, pero cuidado que está la capa. A ver, Julia,
Julia,
este es para Julia.
el festival de
Festicle.
el Festival of Testicle, les voy a regalar un poquito hoy.
Eso suena raro, de pronto alguien se sale del video. Uy, un poquito, se eclipsó toda la pantalla.
¿Listo? Hace 2
Increíble.
días tuvimos luna roja y ahora tenemos testículo rosado.
Eh,
Y el video no lo van a bajar, entonces, perfecto.
mm, um, Robin said, "Oh my God, my dad reclined his seat back and said, go." What?
For the festival?
No, before. It was a long time before. I don't know to what. Maybe to the image about the rose?
The what?
The cartoon image you showed about the rose?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe.
Help us out.
Um Yana
Hmm.
mm, Guardinova
Okay.
said hello from Ukraine.
Oh, hello,
Hi
Yana. We
Yana,
hope
how are you?
everything is okay or better or getting better, or
Yeah.
we're hoping that, you're safe, your family's safe.
And happy to have you here. Mm, Tani said, I'm starting to do value studies as I watch you guys.
Perfect. Value studies are amazing.
Rosalind said, okay, the Roro cartoon slash picture is so cool. Josefel said, sometimes YouTube has automatic subtitles on your OPL videos
Which are not bad.
where it auto detects the Spanish. When it
Yeah.
works, it's supposed to. It greatly helps my Spanish learning seeing the words written.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to say, we've seen them too.
Yeah.
And I will say they're 90% accurate, which
Yeah.
is really good for something that's like AI, like automatic. So,
Oh, so I get it. Oh, so that was amazing,
what?
Robin, because Robin was saying that that comment about his dad, her dad,
Yeah.
was regarding the driving lessons. Where it
Oh,
says,
there we
"Oh
go.
my God, my dad reclined his seat back and said go."
Oh, so
That
he
would
was
be
super cool.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Robin said, "I miss the cartoon." Robin, wait.
Do you want to put it or do I do it?
Well, because mine is terrible here, but you can put it in my phone maybe so you don't lose the.
No, no, no. I'm okay. Let me see.
Mira,
I can't move.
no tiene mucho brillo, pero.
So this is the Wonder Twins.
Ta-dan.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
I think
Wait,
what was
don't
it?
touch the
She
screen.
was no.
Ven, pásamelo.
Okay. No, I was gonna say that.
Mira, es que...
Yeah, no. I was gonna say
no, you can
that-
say. No, I think
yeah,
your
no,
phone
I
was
wasn't. I
showing.
wasn't
Go
doing
ahead.
anything weird. But I was gonna say the brother was
Okay.
the brother was the like an animal,
Mhm.
and she was elemental. The
Uh.
brother was always an animal, or like I don't know, animal kingdom,
Mhm.
and then she was always like an elemental.
Yeah, you know what happened? That when
No.
you touched, I could see the name I have saved you with and another text down, and I was like, oh my god, the phone is showing. But no, it says the time when you, like the timestamp
Yeah.
when you send the image. So everything's good. Mm. Roslyn said, Robin, you don't drive? Robin said, I drive like a demon. And Roslyn said, me too, we are twins, meant to be.
Oh my god! Remind me to never get in a car with you guys then.
I don't know who's driving to the house showings.
Yeah. No, me, I guess. Driving all of you,
Mm,
especially if you're like having mimosas for like to start the adventure.
Jay Lou said, it's cool as it is. I love to hear you guys speak natural. I love to listen to music in a language I don't understand. The sound is enough. Imagination fills in the gaps.
Awesome.
Hello also. Subtitles spoil my vibe. Tres Pelos dice, es horrible el regateo, también lo odio. Sí. Y lo que tú dices, que es como, lo que tú dices, Coco, que es como
Señora.
que la gente, es como que uno les da el precio y es como si uno estuviera dando un precio inflado y es como, le voy a regatear hasta que llegue al verdadero precio y es como, no, usted me preguntó el precio y le dije, ese es el precio, punto final. O sea, no es como...
Yeah. And I'm also, speaking about prices, I'm also super opposed to send me offers. Like the people that say send me offers. What does that mean, dude? Like, just put a price on your painting and that's it. Put a price. I'm fine if people don't like, I wish everything could be like out in the open, super honest, always clean, so that, you know, if you want $1,000 for something, just put $1,000. Put $1,000. What, is that going to scare anyone? Like we were saying yesterday, Sotheby's just sold a Warhol painting for 195 million.
Yeah.
Are we going to be scared to sell something for 1,000? To ask for 1,000? It's not even selling. To ask for 1,000? It's absurd. So I know I've been critical of people that say like they don't want to share the price like publicly, and they just want to do it through DMs. Like, fine. I would feel far more comfortable if the price was out there. You know why? Because I want to know what a price would be, like what the real price would be, just so that, you know, they don't go like, because what I imagine when somebody says, oh, DM me, and I'm like, okay, hey, how much is this? I'm interested. What I'm imagining is that person maybe says, oh, let me see who this person is. Oh, look, they're a painter. Oh, look, they do well. Oh, forget it. I'm going to ask for like a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because I know that maybe they can afford it.
Yeah.
It's like, no, don't do that. Like, if you have a price, you have a price, period. So that doesn't give me, I don't know. It's not that I don't trust people, but it's just that I always start thinking like, I don't know. Are you going to give me a real price? Are you going to give me the price?
Or are you going to inflate the price depending the person that asks?
Are you going to give me the price that you've told like the 5 other people that have asked for this? Or are you going to just give me this new price just because you think I can afford a little bit more? So I don't like that. And I don't like at all the send me like, how much would you pay? Like, send me your offers. Like, how much would you give me?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean, dude? How much would I give you? Like, nothing. Like, give it to me for like 25 cents. I don't know. What do you mean? How much could I like? I don't know. I don't know what's fair to you. It's almost like offensive to put people in that condition to say, well, how much would you give me? Because I'm sure the people that do that and that do get offers, sometimes they're like, if they receive an offer that they deem to be low, they're going to be like, oh, dude, this is offensive. It's like, dude, but help me out then. Like, don't give me the chance to like tell you how much your art is worth. Like, you're the one you're the one who did it. You're the one who knows how many hours you put into it. I don't know. That's why I'm asking. Like, it's ridiculous when people don't just openly say a price. Come on. I know. And I know people that I like that do this. Some people that are friends that do this. I'm not trying to change anyone. I'm just saying that it's not helpful. Maybe those sales have been good, but I don't feel comfortable as a buyer. I don't feel comfortable when I don't know the price of something right away. Right away. For example, I'll give you an example. I love statues, these like super cool statues that I buy. I don't buy too many statues because they're big, and they're usually more expensive. But there are brands I've shown Danny. There are brands that are amazing and the statues look incredible. And I look at the price and it's like $2,500. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not buying that. And it's fine. It's like deep inside, I'm like, hell yeah, this is worth it. I mean, it's a statue. There's a bunch of artists work to do this statue. It's done by hand. It's painted by hand. Sometimes there's fabric. It's sewn by hand. It's like tons of artists work together to produce this statue. Amazing. It's like buying a statue. I mean, the only difference is that when you look at it, it's Batman, but it's the same thing as buying a statue in a gallery. Like if you're buying a sculpture in a gallery, it's the same exact thing. But when I see the price, I go like, and I get, sad, but I go like, okay, that's too much. And I don't buy it. But I don't feel that it's unfair. I feel that, yeah, hell yeah, that's the price. It's just that I can't buy it. But I know the price. They have no shame in saying, oh no, this is worth this. And I don't know why with artists, we are ashamed. It's like when you go buy a shoe, and if it's like I don't know, like a shoe from a collection, a limited collection, they go like, yeah, dude, it's worth like $500. Like they're not ashamed of saying what it's worth. Maybe it's overpriced, but they're not ashamed. And I have no clue. Well, I kind of understand it why, because we've been put to shame many times. But I don't know why people just go like, no, I'm just going to say the price. Period.
But I think that it's not only like an artist thing. I think also when people sell through social media.
Yeah.
I don't know why they do that, because sometimes it's like you want to buy, I don't know, like a shoe, as you were saying. And you're like, hey, I'm interested in this. Yeah, send me a DM. It's like, or I'll send you the price, like Ivan was saying. When people said, I'll send you the price in a DM. It's like, what? I mean, if you're selling something, just say the price.
Yeah,
it's easier that way, because also I'm not wasting your time sending a DM, asking for the price, you telling me the list of prices, and then I don't answer anymore. Like it's easier if I can go to a web page, or even if I can go to an Instagram account and see like, oh, I like these shoes, or also I like this painting. It's, I don't know, $2,500. No, thank you. And then I just leave. And I don't I don't waste your time.
Right.
And you don't waste your time answering to a lot of people that have no idea what your price range is. So they would just like ask.
I don't know if this is like sales 101 that people say. It's almost like a DM is almost like getting somebody to walk inside your store. Like to if you get them to walk inside, yeah, if you get them to walk inside, maybe they don't buy what was expensive, but maybe you have a better chance of selling anything to them.
Maybe.
So maybe that's the way of saying like, okay. Now that I've got your attention, maybe I can interest you in something smaller that is of this price. But that to me is like, no, well, you should have shared that smaller price before also. And just let me make my mind up. Like I'll know if I can afford it or not. But I don't know. I wish somebody would sit with me and we could have like a discussion, like a real serious discussion as to why people think that that's good. or that works, or that, you know, something like maybe people say, well, you know, if you scare people off with your prices, like if you come off as being unaccessible right from the start, maybe nobody will ever give you a chance after that, because they're going to say you've kind of planted the seed of saying I'm just too expensive. Like people are going to say, oh, I will never be able to afford something that they do. But again, I don't know. That's like not having trust in people, I feel. Because people, if they like, people will investigate a market of something. You do that, Danny, with the things that you like. Like if you're shopping around for whatever, you go like, okay, this is expensive, but let me go to this other website that they're saying, okay, but this is more expensive. Okay, this is way out of my range. Okay, this would be inside my range, but way on the expensive side. Okay, this is kind of what I can afford. Or look at this. This is like cheaper than what I would have thought. Like I'm gonna give this a chance. I don't know. I think that part of the problem that we have so much, that there's so much stigma, you know, surrounding prices, is because we are not honest and clear about the prices right from the start.
And I even think that, I mean, what you were saying about the strategy maybe of like send me a DM so you have a conversation and the people feel like they're more like they're having a one-on-one conversation, so they have to buy it. I think it also works the other way, because I've asked for things I like.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I like this painting. Like I comment like, is it available? And they're like, send me a DM. Or like prices by DM. And I'm like, nope. Like I don't do that step. And maybe it's a painting that I can afford, but I just don't like that. It's like, or sometimes I just feel like maybe it's DM because they're like super expensive. So I don't ask, and maybe I would be able to afford that. But like they lost the chance to sell it because it's like many steps, a lot of steps. It's like
Right.
if it's right there, I can say, oh yeah, I want it. Oh no, I can't
if
afford
it's like
it.
Sales 101, make it the easiest for the person to buy something. Make it the easiest. You know, if it was like one click and you give them no way of thinking that it was like an impulse buy and they just bought it, and maybe after they bought it they go like, oh, I shouldn't have bought that. But if you make it easy, you know, that's why there's that one click buy button exists. Just so that it's a lot easier for people to say, you know what, I was on the fence, but yes, I'm going to buy it. But I never get it. As you know, the more complicated it gets, the more doubt kind of sets in my brain. And I'm like, yeah, maybe not. Thank you.
Liad said, I understand your position to price by DM, but I understand not putting it on social media because prices change over time and you don't want to have it up at a different price or to going back and change it.
But Liad, if you're saying this so matter of fact, like prices change over time, sure. I mean, in our case, in my case in particular, and in our case with our project, prices dipped tremendously over time. So fine. But if you're saying it so openly, like prices change, sure, okay. Why is it so weird? Then people can understand. If you just say, yeah, prices change, then I'm sure people would understand. Like, oh, I was looking through this and I saw on your, 2017 post that the painting was $100. First thing that would come to my mind would be like, is that the current price? And, you could say, or you could just say, if the person was convinced that was the price, you could just say, no, that was like 2017. The prices have gone up a little bit since then. And that's totally fine.
Yeah, or you could have like a web page. Like, because I've seen also things that I like and they're like available on storefront. And you just go to the storefront. Like you don't have to put the price in the post. But if you have a storefront, people can know that they can go to the storefront and know the price and buy it like directly from that storefront.
Yeah.
Or like ask, maybe if you don't have like a payment method in your storefront, they can know like, oh, okay, I like this one. And I know it's worth this much. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to ask if it's available, whatever. But Like you have a page where you can be like completely open about pricing.
I just feel, and I think both Danny and I, because if anything, our Painted Lives has sort of served as a really cool experiment in that sense, that the easiest you make it, the simplest it is. For example, in the first 2 years when we were saying every painting is $250. Period.
Yeah,
Like
and we said it's gonna be like that for 2 years.
yeah, you took the Band-Aid off, like right from the start. It's like, period. Fine. You don't even have to question it. It's like, okay, every painting is $250. But look, we didn't really make a huge thing, afterwards saying, yeah, but after that, some paintings are going to be, a little more expensive. Some paintings are going to be a bit bigger. We're maintaining the shipping charge the same, but because it's the same and because some paintings are bigger, we're probably going to adjust the price just to make it, work for us. And we started doing that, and we probably explained it once, and then we didn't explain it at all afterwards. At all. And nobody ever wrote to us saying like, oh my God, I thought they were 250. I saw it was 350 and I'm out. You guys, you guys should, be more clear about this messaging.
Yeah, because
No.
also they can have that with their own. If they're just seeing the price on a screen, they can be like, oh, I want to buy this. What? This is the price of shipping? No, I'm not going to buy it. Or, oh, I want to buy this. Oh, they raised the prices. Maybe I'm going to wait. Or maybe they just enter and they just buy it, and that's perfect. But that's something you would have to do one-on-one with every single person that's interested in your work if you don't have like prices there. Like you would have to have this conversation with people. Like, oh no, I thought about, like, I didn't knew that you also asked for the shipping, like the shipping price. It's like, yeah, I do. And then you would have to answer that like over and over and over again to every single person that's interested in your work.
Yeah.
It's
Danny, where this, I'm pretty sure, where this degenerated from?
where?
From galleries asking, in a gallery, like if you're, it's so weird that you don't even put prices on gallery walls. You don't, some people
No,
think
yeah.
that's so tacky. It's like, oh my God, no, we are going to charge for this, but it's so tacky to put it on the wall.
Yeah, because they love
it's
like
like,
the
okay,
mysterious
fine.
part of it, like
Right,
the
right. So
exclusive part
right,
of it.
so you have to ask for a price list,
Yeah.
which makes it like annoying because sometimes it's like you're gonna ask for a price list. Oh my God, you
I
can't
told you,
afford
I
this.
told you that happened to me.
Yeah, no, this is
When I wrote
this is
that
almost
I was
every
interested-
single gallery that exists. But
Yeah, that I was interested in buying some paintings, and I never got an answer back. And I remember the artist, like I contact the artist on Instagram, and they told me like, hey, contact this gallery that's managing my work. They never wrote back. And I was like, okay, maybe they're not, like I'm not the kind of client they want to have. Like they don't think
they're
that
idiots
I'm-
because the sort
They're
of client
losing it,
that
yeah.
you want to have is the one that pays.
yeah.
That's all you want.
Yeah, and maybe I couldn't afford it. That's
Who
perfect.
cares? That's not for them to
But I
decide.
think exactly. But I think that you shouldn't judge if people can or can't afford something.
Galleries almost feels like they almost feel like a Louis Vuitton shop that there's bulletproof glass and there's this like huge bouncer
Oh, and he just
in
like
the door and it's
stays
like
in the door.
no dude, you can't afford this.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let you in.
They just
like-
like stand there.
Yeah,
Like you're not getting in. I'm sorry.
right. It's like forget it, like idiots.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, where I think this sort of degenerated from? Galleries, if you were, asking for a price online, they would ask you to write. Always write. They'd never put the price online. So what they do when you write is that they usually ask you to like sign this, put your info in this like stupid little thing. And what they do eventually is just have a mailing list. They just wanted info. All they were doing was gathering information and having like a bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger mailing list. But nowadays that's ridiculous. Like you don't need that. Nobody needs that. So I don't know. I know that, like I said, I even have like good friends that do this, and I don't get into discussions with them because it's not worth a discussion. But I would be super interested in people saying, or people telling me, look, dude, this works and these are the reasons why it works. Like, for example, if people said, I used to put the price like straight up and I sold X number of paintings, but when I do this, I've noticed that this happens and I'm selling way more. Because that would mean, in my brain, that would be the only reason you can convince me to do something like that. If it has like a valid impact on your market. But if there's no data for that, no numbers for that, if it's just about like, no, I just don't want to share my prices. I just don't want people. I think people think that I'm a serious artist, and maybe if they see my prices that are cheaper than what they thought, maybe they're going to start to believe that I'm not as good as I think that happens a lot, by the way. But maybe they're going to start to believe that I'm not as good as they think as what they thought of me. So a lot of people are just kind of like insecure about those things. And, you know, with our project, we wanted to say like, there's nothing to be insecure about. Like, the prices that we deal with are prices of very cheap art. Like, in terms of like the big market of art, selling something for like $250, $300, $350, it's like no good gallery would tell you, okay, yeah, those are your prices. We're going to work with those prices. Because they don't. They would be like, okay, that's ridiculous. Because they don't make money off of that. They can't make money off of that. They would be like, okay, if it's $250, you're getting $125, which means it's like $62 for Danny and $62 for me. And it just doesn't, as soon as you like break it down, it's like, no, that doesn't make sense. That just begins to sound stupider and stupider the more you say it. So galleries are always going to be like, okay, that's a cute price, but no, we can't do this. So our price is like absurd in that sense. In terms of a market, it just doesn't work. It really doesn't work. And, you know, what we've noticed is that for us to keep, to make that market work, we just have to work a lot. And that's what they didn't expect. They didn't expect us to say, okay, we're going to work a lot. If that's what you have to do to maintain that price point, just work, then we're about to work. We're about to show you that we can do that. And I think that we're super, super proud of doing that. But it doesn't mean that because your prices are low, you're less of an artist. I think that people have to also come to terms with that. Like, don't feel shame.
Or
like,
that,
who cares if your friend sells for like 5 more times than you? Who cares?
or it also doesn't mean that you can't raise the price for, like, if you want to do a painting, it's like, but I always price it in this specific range. I can't ask for more. No, I mean, I think at the end, you know what you want to ask.
Yeah.
As we were saying, I mean, as the painting you did of Andre the Giant, and you were like, you know what, this painting means a lot to me. I'm going to put it super different price range, and that's it. And you did. And
Yeah.
you can do that. You can do that. Like, you don't have to feel forced to be like in this super tight circle and say like,
Yeah, no. And that painting we put it for $5,000
yeah,
and it sold.
yeah,
And when we put it out, people were like, okay, but that's stupid. Because people had already like grown accustomed of us saying, no, it's always $250. It's always $250. It's always $250. Some people were like, well, what is this now arbitrary thing that this suddenly is worth $5,000? But in art, I could put up this painting and say it's worth $1 million. I could do it.
yeah.
It's just zeros. It's just, I have to just input a number. And you guys would go into the page and say, oh my God, did you see that? He put a painting up for $1 million. Like, what the hell is wrong with them? Like, oh my, this is so offensive. It's so crazy. Who cares? You could say something is worth whatever you want. And and even in art, if somebody even pays for it, it doesn't mean that it's worth that either. It's just like pricing in art can be so abstract and so weird. But for us, I was like, I asked Danny, I was like, you know what? I just want to do this one time during this project because this painting feels different to me. That's all it is. It just feels different. And I know it goes against, like, I always said, no, every painting is the same. Everything is the same. And we talked about it during the video, and we said, hey, I acknowledge that. And I would have thought that the painting that I would consider to be more expensive would be something of my mother, something of you, or of Samu or Fer, something that I was like deeply emotionally attached to. And it was even funny for me to say, no, it was Andre the Giant. No real relationship to this other than this is my childhood, and this is like part of like this magical idea of childhood that I had. But that was it. And me also saying, I think I did a painting that is very, very close to what I wanted to paint. Like, I think I did almost like exactly the painting that I set out to paint. And I told people, I don't know why, but this feels weird to me. Like, painting doesn't quite feel this way when I do it. Like painting usually feels like, oh yeah, I'm going to try to do this. Oh my God, I failed miserably at this. Let me like try to get out of this problem. Okay, I think I got out of it, but I created 10 more problems. Painting is a lot of fighting. And then you eventually just say, okay, I'm done. But that painting in particular just felt different. And I remember like people writing to me saying like, dude, like that's a joke. You're ridiculous. And then it sold. And I was like, I didn't want to be like, oh, it, in your face, like it sold, like sucker. No, what? It's like, no, dude, it sold. And because somebody felt kinship with what I did and felt like, you know what? That is worth it to me. And I'm willing to pay that money that you're saying because I had that same experience. And it meant the same for me.
And they were like super
And that was the case.
Yeah.
That was the case, by the way. It was like, I had that experience also. What you were describing as this being important for you, I had that exact same experience. So it's going to mean something to me.
Yeah. They were like, and this painting is super worthy for me.
Yeah.
And if that's the price point, I want to have it, I'm going to pay it.
Right.
They were never like, oh, it was super expensive, but I want to buy it. No, they were like, this is the price you gave it because this is the price the painting has. And I had that experience and I'm like super happy to have this painting in my life. And I think that sometimes that's something that you should be like more comfortable doing. Not you, Nicolas, but like
us,
oneself. Yeah, like everyone, like saying, I know that my normal price point is this, but maybe this one's gonna be different. And you don't have to feel like maybe people are gonna think this is a joke or I'm like being disrespectful, as you said. It's like I'm the one putting my price points and I'm the only one that knows what that painting is worth because I'm the one that did that painting. Maybe you can see it and you say, oh no, that's not worth that for me. And that's cool. But if I as an artist think that that's the price point, then be it. Like I'm the only one that can say that's the price of that painting.
Yeah. And sure, there's a discussion that needs to be had if you put your price, whatever it is, and, 5 years later, you're still not selling your painting. It's like, okay, dude, that's your price. Super respectful. It hasn't sold. Would you consider maybe adjusting that price so that we can, fit it into something that's a little more, for example, if a gallery's speaking, something that is closer to the market that we manage. Would you consider that? But it's ultimately it's your decision.
Yeah, and at the end you could say no.
Yeah,
like
ultimately you could
this
say,
is the price for me, and
yeah, exactly.
I'm okay if it doesn't sell because I wouldn't be okay if it sells for less.
Right, exactly. So people, you could do whatever you want with that, but again, I bring up that Andre the Giant painting because it was the one that was kind of like the odd one out, but I never felt an ounce of shame putting that price. Never. And I knew that it was part of a project where it was going like against the rule of the project. But I also told myself, okay, but I can't stand if somebody writes to me and says, oh, you're betraying your project. Like, you lied to all of us. It's like, what? We've sold like 380 paintings for that price. And just because for this one, I find that, you know, I want to price it differently, you're going to say that I'm betraying something. Like, forget it. Forget it. So I'm not going to play that game. And we talked about it. And as soon as I was like, I want to do this. And it wasn't like a game. It wasn't like something I was trying to prove. It was just something that I felt. And I was like, I'm going to do this, period. Like, that's it. I'm convinced about it. I'm sure of it. I'm going to put it there. I'm not going to feel shame. Like, you know, head up high. This is the price. And that's it. And if it didn't sell, it didn't sell. Like, you know, it was one of those paintings that I was like, if it doesn't sell, I'm going to be so happy that it doesn't sell because, you know, I want this painting so badly. Same thing with your sculpture. I remember the one that you did that I was like, I love this so much that I don't want it to sell. I'll gladly keep it. And it sold.
And then you said that, and the day after that.
Yeah, and it sold.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's one of those things that you're like, okay, I guess, you know, I guess we have to sell it then. You know, I do like it and I would love to keep it, but I also respect a lot that, you know, understanding art as a way to, you know, live your life. So, you know, if we were open to selling it at the beginning, we have to be open to saying yes to that person that wants it. So
yeah. Berika said, there's no quote unquote normal price for any painting. I don't think anyone should take your prices for granted. You're entitled to charge anything, especially after all those $250 paintings. Julia Tovar dice, como cuando les llevé la sillita y en el sobre me mandaron una ñapa, muy lindos.
No, siempre. Se merecía más,
Sí.
Julia.
Sí. Julia estaba cobrando muy barato. Lola Onigiri dice, creo que también se debe a que el precio de una obra generalmente está relacionado con el valor del artista, con lo que no estoy para nada de acuerdo. Y lo que he percibido es que cuando se crea una comunidad y la acostumbras a un precio, esta se va a frenar cuando cobres más, pero no tiene nada que ver contigo, sino a lo que en su mente esperan de ti. Tú como artista estás en todo tu derecho de cobrar lo que consideres por tu obra, sin importar si alguien piensa que es demasiado comparado con el valor que tienen de ti como artista o no. Y siempre va a haber alguien que pueda pagarla, alguien que la aprecie aunque no pueda pagarla, alguien que no pueda pagarla y alguien que aunque pueda pagarla no lo haga.
Totalmente cierto.
Sí.
Sí, eso está maravilloso ahí. Y yo añadiría eso. ¿Quién fue?
Lola Onigiri.
Lola, sí, súper cierto lo que dices. Yo lo único que añadiría ahí es algo que también he aprendido y es que hay como ciertas normas así súper curiosas con contenido que se ofrece que siempre dicen, no, usted puede ofrecerlo a más, pero nunca usted puede ofrecerlo a menos, pero nunca a más. Es decir, nosotros, por ejemplo, en estos videos, si nosotros de un momento a otro llegáramos a decir, oigan, siempre nuestro canal ha sido abierto, es gratis, la información está ahí, o sea, el acceso lo puede tener cualquiera. Si un día amanecemos y decimos, oigan, ahora es un Patreon y nos tienen que pagar $5 al mes para tener acceso a los videos, o sea, la cantidad de personas que dicen chao sería absurda.
Sí.
Porque acostumbraste a una comunidad a decirles, esto es gratis. Y entonces las normas dicen que uno no puede como dar reversa a eso. Que tú si comience cobrando. Si tú comenzaste cobrando, incluso puedes empezar a cobrar más. Pero tú no puedes decirles, hey, esto era gratis y de un momento a otro
voy a cobrar.
Convencerlos. Por eso incluso nosotros el ejercicio también ha sido bonito en decir, no, pues bueno, lo mantenemos, siempre lo vamos a mantener accesible. Lo que pasa es que la gente también entiende que para que sea accesible, pues tenemos que vender pinturas. O sea, para que el video salga y no sea como muchísimos de los videos que están detrás de paywalls de cualquier tipo, pues para que eso pueda suceder, pues nosotros necesitamos y yo por eso lo digo siempre, como de gente súper generosa que subsidie al canal de esa manera.
Comprando las pinturas.
Exacto,
sí.
Que subsidie que el hecho de que haya personas, muchísimas, que de pronto digan, no, pues me fascina su pintura, pero incluso a ese precio es muy costoso. Y eso lo entiendo perfectamente. Creo que Dani y yo entendemos que lo que cuesta los 250 que cuestan en Estados Unidos en un mercado internacional no son lo mismo para un país
Para en
suramericano.
Latinoamérica,
Sí,
sí.
para Latinoamérica. Entonces,
E igual también hemos tenido, yo creo, del mismo modo, personas que escriben diciendo, oiga, compré su pintura y yo creo que está cobrando muy poquito. Lo que
sí,
dice Lola, o sea, al final siempre va a haber una persona que dice, uy, no, esto está muy caro. Me encanta, pero está muy caro. Hay una persona que dice, no, pues tengo la plata, pero está muy caro. O hay alguien que dice, tengo la plata y lo pago y esto está muy barato. ¿Sí me entiendes? Como que igual siempre va a estar, no sé por qué dije sí me entiendes,
te entiendo.
pero siempre va a haber eso, o sea, siempre, 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 cualquier precio que tenga uno, siempre va a haber eso. Y lo que tú dices de acostumbrar al mercado es muy cierto. Yo creo que es un poco injusto, pero es cierto.
Sí, ya no hay, para nosotros, yo creo,
No, pero igual yo no creo que, o sea, yo creo que tanto tú como yo somos, o sea, lo que hemos estado hablando, somos del tipo de personas que decimos, aunque ya hayamos hecho este precio,
sí.
sabemos que si queremos en algún momento cobrar algo porque sentimos que es el precio adecuado, sea más o sea menos, está bien.
Pero yo
Yo
creo que
no,
tendría que ser algo distinto.
no sé.
Yo no me sentiría bien, te lo digo, o sea, yo sé que estas son cosas que discutimos nosotros, pero a mí no me cuesta ser súper honesto acá con la gente. Yo no me siento bien haciendo lo mismo, pero de un momento a otro cobrando. Si yo ya no cobré, yo ya no quiero cobrar.
Sí, no, pero lo digo no solo por nosotros, lo digo por como la gente, cuando la gente cobra algo,
Sí,
yo creo que está bien si alguien dice es que yo siento que de pronto estaba cobrando muy poco y esto es lo que quiero cobrar ahora. O si por el contrario dicen, no, es que creo que la verdad esta serie de pinturas o de esculturas o de lo que sea las puse muy caras, estas otras quiero ponerlas a este precio. Todo es válido.
sí, sí. Y pues ya verá uno si la gente le paga a uno o no.
Raúl Brito was saying greetings from Dominican Republic.
Uy,
Hola Raúl. Oh, hi Raúl, because I don't know if
no, pues claro que habla.
no, I mean,
Sí.
Abby is living in Spain and Abby doesn't speak.
Pero Raúl es Raúl.
No, pero mira,
Yo voy a asumir
lo
que sí.
mismo que Héctor Acuña y Héctor no entiende español,
Pero está en República Dominicana. Y si está viviendo en República Dominicana, tiene que hablar español.
de pronto, pero no sé.
Yo voy a asumir que sí. Entonces le mandamos un abrazo a nuestros hermanos dominicanos.
Yo voy a asumir que no sé, que no asumo, entonces we send you a hug we are sending a hug to our
Mm,
Dominican Republic friends. Yana Guardionova said, me and my family are safe now. Thank you. We're hoping things are gonna get better soon as well. I love to
That's
watch
good to
your
hear.
live streams.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. That's good to hear.
Aline Gollard said hi. Hi, Aline. How are you? And
Hello.
Etiopkis Malak said greetings from Hungary.
Oh. So what is their name? I'm sorry.
Etiopkis Malak.
So Ethiopics, maybe that means something. I don't know if that's a name, but
Well,
maybe.
it's a username.
Okay.
And it's just one word, so I don't know.
Oh, okay. So we don't quite understand your username, but so to my friend from Hungary, tell me if I'm saying this super wrong. It's a very famous Hungarian painter.
I don't know
I'm
if
sure
they're
that
still here, but
hopefully you're here still. But tell me if I'm saying it super off. Julia Bengtsur. Julia Bengtsur. So
again,
please
one more.
Julia Bengtsur. So tell me if that was like, oh no, you're super off. Like I have no idea who you're talking
Oh,
about.
they're saying I am.
Okay, so
Let us know.
let me know if what I said was I'm completely butchering their name, or if you immediately say, oh yeah, that's one of our biggest painters, like historical painters. Of course we know.
Alejandro Morales said, hello people, how's life treating you? Hi Alejandro, we're good. How are you? Etiopkis Malak said, how do you spell it?
Oh my god. Let's see.
No, let me Google it and I'll just paste it here.
So Julia, what? Julia, is it two I's? Well, and Bengsur is like Bengsur. Julia. Julia? No, Julia. Julia? Julia. How's the first name? Julia Bengsur. Did you find it?
No.
No, I'll
Ya. G-Y-U. Ya
L.
la encontré.
L-Y-A?
G-Y-U-L-A.
L-A. Okay, so
B-E-N-C-Z-U con tilde R.
say
Entonces ya lo voy a mandar.
Julia Bengsur. Julia.
No, but you were saying Julia.
Yeah.
Keep it
'cause I think
Julia,
it was
but-
like Julio or something.
This
mean,
is how you
It's
spell
like
it.
Julius Caesar.
I would say Gula
Julia Bengsur.
Banksur.
Yeah, but again, it's like
Gula
saying,
Banksur.
if I messed this up, it would be like saying Vincent van Gogh.
Yeah.
So it's
You
like,
get it,
okay,
yeah.
it's wrong, but I get it.
They said, oh.
Oh, stop it. Was it that bad?
So maybe they
Oh
were
my
right.
God. How would you say it? Try to type
How you would read
it's
that
actually said.
in English. Yeah. How would you read that in English? I'm going to go grab a juice. Do you want?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, now I feel like an idiot though. Because it's like, how am I messing this name up so badly that they didn't understand it? Literally, no one can pronounce the G. Oh, so it's a Hungarian thing. Okay, but how is Bengsur? Bengsur, that would have been fine, right? Bengsur, yeah. I know him. Well, I mean, it was amazing going to Budapest, and particularly going. I think it's one of the most beautiful places on earth, I would say. Just crossing the river and going up the side, and then just seeing this kind of older part of Budapest. It's incredible. It is incredible. It's one of the most beautiful cities I've ever been to. Amazing. Do you know? I'm trying to turn my head. Do you know Madarash Victor? I don't know. Maybe not by name, or Victor Madarash. No, a more contemporary one. Tibor Chernus. I remember Tibor Chernus. Very good. Maybe if I Google, because I did buy some books on painting when I was in Budapest. So yes. I was doing a good job, turning my head, painting a little bit, turning my head.
Could you read what they were saying?
Yeah, because I have my glasses. That's the only reason.
No, but I don't like that, because then there's no need for me.
What are you talking? Stop it. I'll stop
need.
painting right now if you ever say something like that.
No, but
I'll stop it. I'll quit.
don't say
will
that you were
quit.
doing good without me, Nicolas.
I will quit.
Never.
I was saying I'm doing okay when you were
joking,
away for just a second.
I
But
can't open.
I will never be able to
juice.
do this without you.
I know. I love you, and I
In the same way that you will never be able to open a juice, like any sort of cap.
I just opened it, so don't finish that sentence. So they were saying literally, no one can pronounce the GY. Oh, so there's no need for me here.
Look, you dropped your little violin.
They're saying, do you know
No, not that
Victor?
one. Off the top of my head, no. I have to say no.
And how can you pronounce the GY? I want to know.
Yeah, try.
I would say Gula Banksur.
That's pretty good.
Gyula?
Actually.
Yeah?
That you're sounding really good there.
That's what I would say, but I don't know.
Could you try, as weird as it is, could you try to maybe sound it out for us to see if we can kind of make sense?
Yeah, but you went with Julia.
Yeah, because I always thought Julius, it has to be the same name, right? Like Julius Caesar, it's Julius. So it's Julio Bensur. Julio del Sur.
Sí.
Yeah.
So,
Dula.
Dula? Dula? Dula?
Can't wait to go back someday. I agree, one of the most beautiful cities. It
No, but let me read.
is. Okay.
You
I was
paint,
just excited.
read.
I was, yeah. Stick to painting.
Yeah, I'm gonna change it to here, to the other corner of the screen.
Okay, but tell me, I'm super curious.
Dula.
D.
Dula.
What was?
Dula.
How did he write it?
D-E-W.
Do then.
Do. I would say Dula.
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 What? That is strange.
No D.
No
So-
D? Oh, what?
Du-
What do you mean no D? But if you're saying it's D-E-W,
Dula.
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 Is this kind of like Dvorak? You know, the composer? That the letters are not even close to how you say his last name.
So, Dula. Dula Bangsur, I guess.
Eula.
Eula said
Eula.
shade. Eula.
Oh Jesus. But I'm
Eula?
guessing it's like a Dvorak thing.
But Eula sounds like Julia, so it would be closer.
Right, and it's closer to what I was saying. Julius, kind of. Well, I wasn't saying Julius, but Julia.
The first sound that you make when you're pronouncing do.
Jula.
Ju.
Julia.
Jula. Jula. Jula.
Jesus. Yeah.
Jula.
I
Du-
think
du-
it's another Dvorak.
Dula.
Dvorak.
Dula or Dula? Maybe it sounds the same.
Hope somebody just signed in right now.
Yeah. Dula.
And they're
Dula.
like, Dula?
Dula.
Jula?
Jula. Julia. Julius.
But it would be awesome if they were like, oh, are you talking about Bengsur? The Hungarian painter? Yeah.
The way she pronounced, it's good.
Okay. Good.
So Dula. Jula.
Okay. Medulla oblongata.
I am French and I have a
Hungarian?
French and a
Hungarian.
Hungarian soul. Apparently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a heavy soul then.
Shade said that's because Hungarian isn't related to the majority of European languages. Julia dice, jajaja, es muy raro, siento que me están llamando. Vincent Delanois. No,
Mm.
Vincent, how was it?
Yeah. You
Vincent
you said it right.
Delanois
Yeah, Vincent.
said Diolas
Diolas.
are a tribe in... Ooh, I don't know how to say this.
Oh, yeah.
Côte d'Ivoire.
Ah,
De
Côte d'Ivoire.
Côte d'Ivoire.
Yeah, Costa de Marfil.
Que la L no se pronuncia. Côte d'Ivoire. Côte d'Ivoire.
Well,
Côte d'Ivoire.
d'Ivoire.
I would say Côte d'Ivoire.
Côte d'Ivoire.
Côte d'Ivoire.
Yeah.
Côte d'Ivoire.
Yeah, because I think Vincent's partner, Vincent's wife, is from Côte d'Ivoire.
Ah,
Yeah.
Côte d'Ivoire.
Ouais. That's where Didier Drogba is from.
Ah.
Yeah.
Etiop Kismalak said Hungarian is quite hard language.
I can imagine it being
Not
super...
for me.
Oh yeah. Well, for those
No,
of us who don't have the
I'm
soul,
joking.
the soul that Danny has, I can imagine it being super difficult.
Vincent Delanois
No,
said
Vincent.
Vincent. No,
Yeah.
because it was
Vincent, yeah.
Vincent.
For sure it's Vincent.
Vincent.
No, that's not.
Vincent Delanois.
Okay.
Now I'm just changing it. Espera. Coqueiro said, Danny, es que no es una L, es una I mayúscula. So it's Côte d'Ivoire.
Yeah. Ah, ¿tuviste una L?
Una
No.
L. Yeah,
No,
I thought it was
Voi-
D
Sí.
apostrophe all V.
No, because it's like ivory, marfil.
No.
Sorry.
You were tricking me.
Yeah.
Vincent.
Your African soul.
Yeah, I felt betrayed.
It's not here today.
Côte d'Ivoire.
Mhm.
Côte d'Ivoire. Vincent was saying, Nicolas, I've been thinking of unbinding my sketchbooks and sell some of my pages.
That would be awesome.
Do you think it's possible to rebind the pages I don't sell?
Oof. By hand? Yes. Yeah. Danny did some binding by hand one time.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but of course it can be done. But
No,
it's-
if you have the proper needle, and also, I mean, you can bind them if they're in the spread. But if maybe you were using like the single page and you want to cut that and then rebind it, it would be complicated because you don't have where to thread what you're binding. You know what I'm trying to say?
I think
Like
I
if you
understand. Yeah.
You open a spread in two,
Yeah.
right? If you cut that because you want to sell just one of those,
Oh,
then
yeah.
you wouldn't be able to
Yeah,
reattach
yeah, I
that.
think that
That's
you
what
would
I'm
have
trying to
to-
say.
Yeah, and if you have, so hopefully you don't have paintings that are double spread, because if they're all single paintings, then it's super easy.
No.
Yes, because if they're double spread, but they're not from the same, they're not from the same booklet, which is what you're saying. It would be impossible.
Yeah,
to
but
bind again.
also I was saying that if you have a single,
Yeah.
but it's like you have this painting and you have another one in the other side because they're not like open against, like
Mhm.
they open in a different place. So you have the spread, and the spread has a page here and another one here. And if you have one painting of those that you want to sell,
Yeah.
but you want to keep the other one,
No.
you couldn't,
Yep.
because you can't just attach one page. You have to attach this spread.
So best case scenario is that every painting is a single page, and that he's willing to sell the page, knowing that there's two sides. There are two paintings for each page.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be the best case scenario, I would say.
Ethiopkis Malak said, "Are you guys in the same room? I just now noticed." Yeah.
Yeah, of course we are. Yeah.
I was trying to. I can show you. Do you want to do a quick hi to the camera?
No, but you
Okay.
can show me.
No, it's fine. Yeah, but he's there. He's over there. I mean, it's easier like this. So you see me here, my hand. You see me here. Yeah. That silence of yours, Nicolas.
I'm working
Mm.
diligently.
Vincent said, I'd sell the single pages, but I've started by painting on both sides of all pages, using 2 pages for a single canvas. That I can't sell. I just sell the ones where I painted on a single side.
Okay, so if that doesn't prove to be too weird or too problematic for you, so if you can unbind the ones that you want to sell and they don't affect the ones that you want to keep, or the double page spreads that you want to keep, then yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but reattaching it, because they were saying, I just sell the ones where I painted on a single side.
Right.
Yes, but if you want to sell that one, when you cut it, the one that's attached to that spread, it doesn't have to be the one that's right next, but the one that's attached to that spread. Because they're called cuadernillos. I don't know how to call it. Is it a spread? Because you
Yeah.
have like a lot of spreads, and that are called cuadernillo.
Yeah, booklets.
And the one that connects to that spread, if you don't sell that one, when you cut the paper, then you can't reattach the other one.
Yeah. So what Danny's
It's kind
saying
of
is like,
complicated, but
let me do this like super quickly. So what Danny's saying is like this happens.
yeah, you have booklets. That's
So you have
main.
like little booklets,
Mhm.
and maybe you want to sell this one right
Exactly.
here. But this one, the most problematic thing is when you do a spread and it's this and this. Because now you have two different booklets, two different spreads that are from a same booklet, but that you can't really separate. Because this one would be 1, 2, 3, 4 paintings. But the bad thing would be that if you want to say, oh, I'm going to sell this one.
Un poquito más arriba.
Oh, I'm going to sell this one. And you tear it and you sell it. But now this guy is
Is-
not part of a spread.
Exactly.
so
Can't be
You
attached.
can't really sew it
Exactly.
because it won't
That's
have like
what
a
I was trying
spine
to
to
say.
sew it. So
Exactly.
that's what Danny was like explaining.
Thank you.
Sure. No, as soon as I
That was
understand
super useful. Oh.
as soon as I understood what you were saying,
Uh-huh.
I was like, okay, let's do this with like little
Graphics.
yeah, let's do it
Illustrate this.
illustrated. Yes.
Van San said, Danny, yes, I see what you mean. They are moleskins. I'll need to keep all double pages booklet. Thanks for the thinking about that. No worries. And at the end, I mean, if you can't reattach them, you can have like a folder for them, ¿no?
Yeah.
So it's not as bad. Julia dice, si pudieran tener una cámara en los ojos, tipo Black Mirror, ¿se
Me
la
gusta.
pondrían?
100%, yo sí.
Me pasa que veo cosas que me muero por tomar foto para pintar, pero no siempre puedo. Sí. Pero tengo que decir que el capítulo ese de Black Mirror, cuando era como que más gente puede ver lo de tus ojos.
Pues es que en ese
sea,
contexto
cuando-
él es como infiel y
Sí, no, pero además yo pienso como
O no
si
infiel,
uno pudiera
o-
como revisitar lo que uno... ¿Vio?
Chévere.
Sí, pero no. Yo creo que yo no revisitaría. O sea, es
Sí.
como, porque yo creo que eso puede llegar a ser súper tóxico, como uno decir como, ay no, esta tristeza de esto que pasó y lo revisito y lo revisito y lo revisito, entonces es como
Sí, obsesionarse ahí
súper
Como-
complicado, me parece.
como en ese episodio, sí, también. O como en, ¿cuál era esa película? Que es como, no es mala, la de Tom Cruise, que es, él se pone a ver el video grabado que él tiene de la esposa y la hija, ¿es que es? ¿Algo así?
No me acuerdo, la verdad.
Sí, es de ese que, es esa peli que él es como el policía como del futuro, como de, que tienen a esos tres como bichos que pueden ver el futuro, entonces él para crímenes antes de que sucedan.
Ujú.
Y es
No.
lo mismo, él siempre llega como a su habitación y empieza a ver como un video y se lo sabe ya de memoria.
Sí, eso me parece
Sí,
como
Pero-
complicado, pero que uno pudiera hacer como
sí,
foto.
Julia creo que estaba como más en la onda de que uno puede hacer como Cartier-Bresson y tomar la foto en la calle como... chic. O sea,
No, sería increíble.
eso es increíble, sí, sería fascinante. Yo 100% le digo sí a eso.
Julia es lo máximo, dice. De pronto yo me pondría solo cámara fotográfica y no video. Julia no le hace el update.
Mm.
Ella compra...
¿Me da la versión barata,
Sí,
por favor?
sí,
Sí,
sí.
gracias.
No, a mí la de video no me la pongan.
No, es que por ahora no.
No me interesa.
No quiero acabar tanto con mi...
Sí, pero la de foto, obvio, sería increíble. Yo creo que eso pasa mucho cuando uno quiere tomar una foto como con una luz súper complicada. Incluso, o sea, la más sencilla, cuando uno dice como, uy, qué linda la luna. Foto y se ve como
Gracias, Pixel.
una cosa, sí, un píxel.
Gracias,
de
Pixel
luz.
sobreexpuesto.
Sí,
Que uno siempre dice, ¿cómo es posible sobreexponer un píxel?
exacto. Sí, obviamente me lo pondría. Pero el capítulo ese de Black Mirror es denso.
Lástima, no volvieron nunca a sacar episodios.
No,
El último que hicieron fue ese de como elige tu propia
yo
aventura.
no lo hice.
¿No?
Nunca he hecho
Es
nada
chévere,
en
yo hice
Netflix
todos.
así, ¿sabes? O sea, yo nunca he elegido mi capítulo.
Yo hice todos los posibles en ese.
Ah, no, yo nunca.
Sí,
Tengo que
es-
hacerlo, me interesa.
Sí. Es como de un programador, de un developer de juegos. De
Tengo
videojuegos.
que. Alejandro Morales said, sorry for disturbing the convo.
No, please, what are
What
you
convo?
talking
I mean,
about?
we're
What?
always like
Not speaking
flowing,
anything of
going
value.
with the flow. Alejandro was saying, I was wondering if OPL and audience know the work of Team Okamura, and what is your opinion on their work?
Is he the portrait painter?
Let's check, because I have to be honest, I don't know their work.
So tell me if he's the portrait painter. That
Yeah,
paints
this
like
one?
super powerful, like black women, big afros.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's very like he's very good, and he's well known. So, but I can't speak more about him. He's a very West Coast painter. I know that too. I would have to ask around like what the vibe, not to generate my own impression on him, but I just don't know enough about him. I've seen some very, kind of empowering paintings, I guess, out of him, but I don't know enough. So I'm gonna reserve, my judgment for when I can learn a little bit more.
I'm seeing he just paints females.
Yeah, yeah. And like minorities for sure.
Well,
Am
I'm
I
seeing
off
a
with
lot
that?
of I'm seeing a lot of
I know he paints a lot of black women.
yeah, but not only.
What's that? Asian women. So I would say minorities.
No, but look, I mean,
That could be a minority.
yeah, but that's why I'm saying I don't know. So
Yeah, I think it's based on minorities to be totally, I don't want to be like, yeah, that looks like a minority. That could be a Colombian girl. But it's if I say, I think it's not out of like, it doesn't sound weird if I say, yeah, he paints mostly females
mhm.
and mostly minorities.
Well, I mean, here it says Tim Okamura is a current Canadian artist known for his depiction of subjects who are African American in urban settings.
Okay.
That's like the description in the Wikipedia.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's wiki, so I don't know if he's,
Yeah.
If he would be, if he would think that that was an oversimplification of what he does. But I think I saw him with something that was like political. So maybe he's worked with like the California in some ways or the government in some ways. I don't know, but I think I saw. I can't help but remember that I saw him once just with somebody that looked or in my mind, in my memory, it's like he did something that was kind of official. So I don't know.
Alejandro Morales was saying, I'm wondering if someone has seen one of his paintings live.
I'm guessing without having seen it, very thick, very, very thick. A lot of like impasto, a lot of like thick on thick, opaque on opaque. I don't think they're super strange, to be really honest. I don't think there's a lot of weird thing happening there in terms of painting.
Julia Tovar.
You know what
said-
they look like? I'm sorry to interrupt you, Danielita. Like Bernardo Siciliano. I think like they kind of feel the same way, I would say. Yes.
Julia was saying, decía, uy, sí, esa escena de ellos en la cama medio duro. ¿Buscaron The Leftovers? No.
No.
Ya abrí acá el otro link.
Déjamelo ahí como en una pestañita
Sí, en un...
para acordarme.
Sí, sí, sí.
Gracias, Julia. No, qué pena.
Y Julia dice, dato curioso,
Sí.
estoy escribiendo con solo una mano porque Artu se me durmió encima.
Oye, eso es maravilloso.
¿Con cuál? ¿Con la derecha o...? Primero, ¿con la dominante o con la no dominante? Porque pues sí me dice con la derecha, pero es zurda.
Sí, pero igual es insoportable, uno se siente, y si uno tiene que cruzar la mano, por Dios.
Juan Cuello dice, estoy viendo el vivo mientras doy clase.
No, Juan, pero vamos.
No sé si respondiste sobre cuándo vuelven las pinturas gouache. Ay, yo no vi la pregunta.
No, qué pena, no habíamos visto la pregunta.
Espérame, la encuentro. Ya. ¿Sí? Ya. Genio, ¿cuándo vuelve la pintura
pero
gouache? Sos crack.
Bueno, no, gracias, pero no. Con Nicolás estamos bien. Cuando tendríamos que comprar más gouache,
Yo
me da la
tengo.
impresión. Sí, pero yo no me gusta usar de tu gouache.
Porque yo uso tus óleos cuando
Pues sí,
puedo.
pero pues tú que eres desvergonzada, pero yo sí respeto tus
No, yo
cosas.
compré mis óleos, te entiendo, yo compré mis óleos. Pero puedes usar mis gouache cuando quieras
No, yo sé.
y los
estoy-
repones.
estoy mol- ya,
cuando
no, pues.
acabes.
No. Para ese caso me compro los míos. No,
¿Sabes
sí,
cuál? Puedes usar el Jimmy. Yo no he
pero
usado más.
quisiera como unas Jimmy nuevas, de pronto.
Pero
Para
es que yo
empezar,
tengo 2 cajas de Jimmy.
Pues tú.
Una que... No, pero escúchame. Una que yo utilizo yo y una que usaste tú.
Sí.
Y esa que usaste tú yo no la he vuelto a usar.
No, para nada.
Entonces
Pero
la
no,
puedes
no hay
usar.
blanco. Creo que se acabó el blanco.
Pero yo tengo acuérdate que yo compré la que tú dices que parece que es compota.
Sí.
Ese es el repuesto del Jimmy del blanco.
Bueno, voy a buscar entonces qué
Tienes es que
puedo.
rehidratarlas y ya.
Ujú. A ti te encanta decir rehidratar.
Rehidratarlas, sí.
Te gusta ese término.
Pues nunca lo uso, o sea, no es como, ay,
Sí. Uy, me
qué
tengo.
sed, me voy a
Qué calor,
rehidratar.
me voy a rehidratar.
Sí, y digo eso mientras tengo el jugo acá. Qué pena, tenía que tomar.
Pobres estudiantes ahí nosotros en clase.
Y yo ahí tomando
Y
juguito
tú,
de mora.
uy, juguito. Un poquito de jugo.
Em, Julia Tobar dice izquierda no dominante. Jajaja. Gracias, Julia, siempre me responde.
Uy, eso sonó político.
Izquierda no
Sí, le voy a
dominante.
mandar a la Procuraduría.
Mm,
Procuradora.
Berica said, mm, unrelated question.
Yeah, those are our favorite ones.
What's your opinion on art fairs?
I've been to many, throughout the years. So, I mean, they're just sales. They're just there for sales, to be honest. They're nothing more than that. Well, like bigger art fairs in the world, they're probably going to push, a lot of people that they want to make them visible. So if they're pushing artists and they're betting on those artists to be really big at some point, for sure you're going to see them in fairs because that's going to be the usual sort of circuit that they put artists on when they're kind of trying to have a lot of eyes on them, and it's like a long plan where you're just eventually going to charge a lot of money for those artists. So that usually happens. But as a place, to buy art, because there are different sort of art fairs. I mean, an art fair you could consider an art fair like Arco or the Venice Biennial. So it can be enormous, or there are smaller art fairs that can just be very commercially based. I mean, they're trying to show cool stuff, but the purpose is always to sell. Always to sell. Like no gallery wants to pay a ton of money for a spot in an art fair and then say, yeah, it was cool, but we didn't sell anything, but that's fine. That's totally fine. We were fine paying like $25,000 for this like spot, but it's all good. It's cool. No. They're trying to sell. They're always going to try to sell those whatever works they're showing there. So as a place to buy work, great. There are smaller art fairs, bigger art fairs, more accessible ones. So yeah, it's fine.
GP was saying that juice looks good. What flavor is it? Thank you. It's gonna sound weird, but it's actually really good. It has strawberry, grapes,
Yeah.
Blueberries, and
Blueberries. Agras?
no mora.
Oh no, so that's like berries.
Berries. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we don't. It's so hard for us to.
No, blueberries. No, ¿cómo es que se dice?
The thing is, like, it's weird.
Mora.
Mora could be berry, raspberry, boysenberry,
Mora.
wild berry. It's just
So,
berries.
yeah.
Your best bet is to say berries.
It says mulberry here.
Mulberry.
In
There's so many berries. We don't have a lot of different berries here in Colombia, native to Colombia. We don't.
Yeah.
But if you go to the U.S., for example, there's so many damn berries.
so strawberry, grape, berries,
Yeah. There we
and
go.
red pepper. I know it sounds weird, but it's really good. Red pepper, no? Pimentón rojo? Or how do you say it?
No.
Red pepper.
Yeah. So it's not like pepper as in like spicy pepper.
No.
Just yeah.
Like the bell pepper?
There we go. Bell peppers. Yeah.
Red bell pepper?
Yeah, that's better.
Julia dice raspberry. Shade said blackberry. Alejandro said black currant.
Okay, there we go.
Javi
So
have said moras are either mulberries or blackberries.
there we go. So
Julia said, mentira, sí, blackberry.
so berries. I
Berries,
mean,
yeah.
it's a berry. It's the same thing.
And Julia was saying Danny's t-shirt list. Wait, knocking my knuckles
Yeah,
y rehidratar.
yeah. The weight one I think would be good seller though.
Yeah, wait,
Wait.
Nicolás. What would be also a thing we usually say? I think like, hi Daniel Lira, hi Nicolito.
Nicolero.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes we're never conscious of those things. You know, you're never quite conscious of the things that you usually repeat. So
Berica said also, yes, no. Yeah, we do say that a lot. Berica said, sorry, no, yes. Yeah, we said that. Like, we say that. Like, no, yes, you know. Yes, no.
yes, I don't know.
No, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, no.
Sure.
Yeah. Shade said, nunca. Not sure on spelling. LOL. No, that was perfect.
That is
We
never
use-
in Spanish.
Yeah.
That's very emphatic in Spanish, I feel. It's a very nunca. Ush, yo nunca.
Nunca en la vida.
Nunca en la vida.
Catherine Kenny said, if I have to be honest, from
Please?
Nicolás.
Oh, please.
No, that's the one you use a lot.
Oh, really? Yeah,
Nicolás.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
If I have to be honest, I think you're right.
How's it going? No me acuerdo bien cómo es. Jaja, dice Julia. Yeah, how are you going? How's everyone
No,
going?
How's everyone going? That
How's
was your-
everyone
your
going?
knuckle knocks of
Yeah.
of an introduction.
Shade said exactly, LOL, emphatically.
There we go.
Haha. GP said, wow, that sounds awesome. Yeah, it's really good. It's a very good juice.
I was gonna say wood sounds awesome.
The juice.
Yeah, that one's good.
Yeah, it's like a thicker berry juice.
No, it's actually super watered down.
No?
Yes, it is.
Well, I mean, it doesn't have the fiber.
At best, it's like geriatric juice.
No. Nicole.
At best.
You're saying that because you didn't like it.
No, because
I
I,
really
thought
liked it.
when I tasted it, I was hoping that it was going to be super sweet, and no, that's like, you know, this if there's a like a geriatric diabetic hospital,
No, I really like it.
that's what they're serving everyone there.
But the thing is that it's cold press. That's why it's like super thin. But really good. This morning I had one that had carrot, orange, and tangerine. It was
That's-
also very good.
That one's perfect. Yeah, that one is like, come on, you can't mess that one up. Nobody.
Alejandro Morales was saying, Nicolas, you've mentioned sometimes painting the atmosphere.
Yes.
Can you elaborate a bit on what it's behind that in painting terms? How
Oh,
do
it's
you
so
approach
hard.
that?
It's one of the hardest things to try to put into words, I feel, because sometimes it's just air, you know, and how do you try to explain how to paint air? It's super difficult, I feel. But I think you know, if I would have to try to explain it simply, it would be more about understanding that everything that surrounds whatever your subject matter is, whatever you're looking at, if you're like honing your vision on that, it's understanding that everything that surrounds whatever it is the center of your interest is having an effect on the way you observe it. You know, that there is going to be an impact of everything that's surrounding that center of interest, your center of interest in that center of interest. So everything that's here has a say in the manner in which you are going to resolve everything that's here. Everything. So all of this has an impact and has a say on what you do inside here. all of it, everything that surrounds it. That's why I tried to tell people, don't think of stuff as background. Don't think of stuff as like, oh yeah, that's stuff in the back. Because we usually, when we describe things like that, we're usually taking away the value of those things. We're thinking about them as if they're like secondary characters. And maybe they are, maybe they don't need to grab our attention, but the role in the way an image is read is vital. So you have to give it, the importance it deserves and the respect it deserves. And if you understand all these things in a painting as, well, there's things that are directly next to whatever it is my center of interest, they kind of weigh the same. They have the same value, the exact same value. So I have to treat them with that level of importance.
Ivan was saying it's blackberry and it's not the same thing. In pastry, you must need to be accurate.
Oh, I know, but yeah, but if they're
For me, berries.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
and if you read if you're trying to do a raspberry pie or like a boysenberry pie in Colombia,
Yeah.
no, come on, it's the same. Like, what good is it to say, oh, let me try to find boysenberries? Oh, there's no boysenberries.
Or if it's like, it's 50% mulberries, 50% blackberries. I mean,
know what?
we would buy moras.
It's 100% mora.
Mora.
Yeah, that's what you're getting. Come on.
Yeah. Ivan was also saying, I just paint the air with my transparent lake oil tube with great results. Shade was saying that the juices sound delicious. They are. They are really good. I'm liking them.
Does it look like a bag?
It does.
I think I'm so in abstract mode that I don't know if I can see it anymore.
I see it, but
Okay, I trust you.
I can even see the handle over there.
Yeah, that one's important. That's why I did that the sharpest, I feel.
Iván dice, pero es que aquí todo es frutos rojos.
Todo claro.
Shade said, it looks like an inflated plastic bag.
Good.
Yeah, it is, because it had air inside. So you're not only painting air in the atmosphere, but
the
air inside
the
the subject matter.
There we go,
Yeah,
Danny, with the save. There.
Artist thoughts. I mean,
I know.
concept.
God help us from those.
Concept here, concept there. Shade said, I can hear the crinkle from here.
Okay, good.
LOL.
Good. No, good. I get insecure about it when I can't, especially when I can't step back and I don't know how it looks, how it feels, with a little bit of distance. I start to get like super insecure about what I'm painting.
Yuan said, yeah, now it has the baggy look, feels like a bag, and scents like a bag. It even starts to pollute the ocean.
Yeah, plastic is, I was telling Danny, oh God, saying plastic, it just feels like, why would you ever? But it's a truth.
But if I'm not mistaken, because I remember those bags.
Yes.
They said the word biodegradable.
So
because they said that in the down part, like in the bottom part. No, like literally down, like when they connect them.
Okay.
Because
so I'm gonna
we
trust
were
you on
using
that.
them.
But yeah, but this was in when we went to buy groceries our first day in Madrid.
Yep.
We had nowhere to carry them, and they were like, "Would you want a bag?" And we were like, "Yeah, we have to." I mean, we don't have enough arms to carry, what we got. So.
And we were some blocks away.
Yeah. So we try to be super conscious of those things. For example, when we buy our groceries here, we either have like a little cart that we always use.
Yeah.
We have the bags that we'll use forever. Like we've had them for years and years and years. Those bags that are just grocery bags that you can use, literally for years. Or our go-to is just my green
Yeah.
backpack. So I'm every time I go out, I have my green sort of Jansport backpack, and that's it's amazing. But you can fit like a whole
Everything.
meal in
Yeah.
there.
A lechona
Yeah,
can fit there. My
best bag
go-to
ever.
is my go-to is my shopping cart. I
Yeah,
use it
you
a
like
lot.
that card.
Yeah, because also it has like a little pocket,
Yeah,
and I put there the like the mesh bags,
the meth. What?
mesh,
Oh, sorry.
like the ones that are for vegetables and all that.
Yeah.
So, Callum said, "Hola, aristas plásticas."
Okay, almost.
Almost,
I love
almost.
Calum. It's always like 85% there,
Yeah.
but
The
I
thing
love
is
the
that
effort.
it's artistas,
Yeah.
and the thing is that aristas has a meaning.
Yeah.
So,
It's a it's
like an edge.
yeah, but it's but would it how do you translate that better? Just edge?
Um,
No. Um
la arista no es la intersección
cuz that's a
de los.
geometry.
A ver, arista in English. Edges.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No.
Aristas, edges. It says here.
No, 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 but you would say that differently if you were like in geometry class. Faces?
No. I mean, I just see edges. Edge, corner, ridge.
No, that's not quite it. Pretty sure it's not.
A ver. Pero sí, porque línea que resulta de la intersección de dos planos.
Well, we'll leave it for Callum to
Yeah. But it's like kind of edge. So you're saying like uh hello edge plastic. Plastic edges.
plastic edges.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, it's plastic back painting, so we're good.
Um Shade said, ha ha ha, I used to have one like that in Israel.
The little cart, maybe?
Yeah. I was like a plastic edge.
Yeah. Well, those are popular in Israel too.
Shade also said, I called it my car. LOL. Oh, it's my car too. And Shade was asking planes. Berika said sides. Callum said artistas. Dot dot dot.
There we go.
Alejandro Morales. No, but it's in German.
Deutsch.
Julia Tobar
Mm-hmm.
said, sí, sería edge, creo. Cuando le enseñaba geometría a los niños en inglés, tenía que decir cuál era el edge, face and vertex. Sí, sí, sí. Es que yo sí me acuerdo del edge. Yo
No.
sí.
No, yo,
Yo no sé tú, yo sí. Me
yo no sé
acuerdo.
tú, yo.
Yo no
Sí.
sé tú, yo. Sí, yo me acordé. Pues fue la primera palabra que se me vino a la cabeza. Entonces,
Después de googlearla.
no, no, no.
No, estoy molestando.
Googleé
Estoy
después.
molestando.
No, siempre googleo todo. A mí todo se me olvida. Pero esa en específico, no.
También. So I think we're almost going to be done. So I'm liking
Mhm.
it. It's kind of strange, but abstract, like abstract enough to be a really good exercise, I feel. Mm. Mm.
Sometimes I forget to speak
Oh, you don't
because I'm
have
just
to.
like looking to you painting.
Oh no, but you don't have to.
I like to do it
Look to me painting or not speak.
both.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have to.
No, I like to speak and to look at you painting.
Oh, thank you. So I think we're good. Maybe that was a little bit harder, but I don't mind it not being that hard there. Okay, so I was cleaning up the edges, or making them a tiny bit softer. I think in the lower part because I want my harder edges to be in the upper part. I feel. I think if it's hard, like the hardest one, I think is here, and here, and maybe that too, with a bit of a less amount of contrast. But um, I think it's really nice. I always feel that as a painting exercise, there's nothing cooler than just painting a sort of crinkled bag. It could be a paper bag, it could be a plastic bag, it could be any sort of like bag, any sort of um, vessel for carrying anything. And the reason that I think they're so interesting is because they they have they're usually made of this material that conforms to whatever you put in them, which is really nice when you have like a bag full of dot dot dot. Um, but it's also really nice when you just see kind of like the empty vessel, and it just kind of folds into place until it gets comfortable, until it just finds like a place to like lay down and rest on top of, like, in this case, this table. um, I find that super super interesting, and for us as painters, it just proves to be one of the most fundamental subject matters that you can paint, because mm, if you have like a good light source, and by good light source I mean um, a light source that you can identify direction, that you can identify a mass of light, uh, uh, tones that are going to help you make a transition, and then a massive shadow. If you can see those quite clearly, then it means that you're gonna be able to paint them with clarity. But also, this is different than painting, let's say, an orange or an apple, something that seeing the facets of an apple or an orange, it's a little more difficult. I mean, somebody like Uglo could see a very round shape turning in space amazingly, but that's very tough. That's actually very, very tough to do. But with bags, again, same thing with like a paper bag. A brown paper bag is amazing. They usually just show you peaks, peaks, valleys, just all these like intersected shapes that, in all honesty, I I think the best way to paint them is to not think about trying to rationally depict a bag, but just saying, okay, I'm going to paint what I see. And I know that sounds weird, but many times we don't really, or I was going to say we don't really paint what we see, but we try to embellish what we see with the knowledge that accompanies, whatever it is that we know about our subject matter. So we try to make sense, like rationally make sense of what it is that is there. And and that works fine. The easiest example of understanding that is the human body. Sometimes we're painting the human body, and we feel like we need to know about anatomy and about construction just to be able to paint the human body. And well, I don't consider that to be true. A lot of people feel that all that information that you have can actually be fed into this exercise where you're looking at something, where you're observing something, and you can complement that information, or maybe the voids that are created when you're observing something, you can fill them up with the information that you have about that subject matter. But I do feel that a plastic bag, it's not one of those things that you would take a course on painting. I mean, it would be awesome, like, hey, come here and learn how to paint plastic bags. It sounds ridiculous, but I've always said it's as absurd as saying, hey, come here and paint the human body. And you could argue, well, the human body is us. So no, there's a ton of identity to that. So of course we have to, we have to learn how to paint that. But we don't stop there. We have, courses about still lifes and about skies and about mountains. And so why not, if we say, oh, come here and paint trees with me, and you would say, oh yeah, foliage. Yeah, that's awesome. Why does that sound more viable than saying, come here and paint the bag? And honestly, that course should be just like 2 minutes long, where you just introduce yourself and you make a bad joke. And then you say, you know what, just paint what you see. And that's it. That's it. You don't need to know anything else. You don't need to go what goes into the production of that bag, or how, light actually is entering to that bag or reflecting out of that bag. Or, I mean, if you want to learn all those things, go nuts. But if that's your philosophy when painting, you're going to have to learn so much about how light affects every single material that you paint, every single subject matter that you paint. If you're painting different animals, you're going to have to learn comparative anatomy of all those different animals. If you're going to paint trees, you're going to have to, become like a botanist or something, because you're going to have to say, okay, these leaves have these ridges here, and that's why I'm painting. No. Or you could just trust what you're seeing. And what happens when you base your painting on pure observation is that it becomes a little more abstract, because there are moments where you're not going to be able to make sense of things, where things are going to become a little too abstract, and you're going to rely on explaining to yourself how things feel. And then hopefully having a good enough relationship with, whatever your materials are, to try to translate how things feel into, today, an oil painting. So it's super, I think it's a wonderful act when painting can be that, but I also think that it's difficult, that it's quite difficult. And one of the difficult things about painting something like this is to, for that object that seems to be almost like difficult to grasp, to have some sense of order. There has to be like a moment where you say, there's a bagness to that bag. Like, where does that bagness reside in? I have no idea. I instinctually made the handle just a little bit sharper, just so that we could say, okay, that's a handle. Okay, of course, that's a bag, so that you could connect the two super easily. But aside from that, I decided to have that clarity here, and then all of this is just like like form just kind of breaking apart. And I like that. I actually really like that, because painting becomes this exercise of saying, oh, I can see this little triangle here and this parallelogram here, and then there's this, weird shape there that I have no name for, but it goes, to the side and up and down and then around, and you paint that with that color. Painting becomes super, super fundamental, because all you're doing is saying, what color is that? Is it, oh, this one feels more purple than that one. Okay, let me paint that more purple. But, oh, it's also a little bit darker than that one. Okay, let me paint that a little bit darker. And you start to, just at some point, in a very reactive way, but also very organic way, you start painting fundamentally. You start just thinking about value and thinking about color and thinking about saturation and thinking about temperature. And you're thinking about all the things that you're supposed to be thinking about, but you're lost in it, because this bag is fine. It's a bag. As long as it has bagginess to it, like the essence of a bag is in there, you'll be fine. This is not like you're painting your mother and suddenly the painting looks like a dog, and people are going to be like, what the hell, dude? Like, you painted your mom like a dog. Like, that's not right. That's not right. I'm going to use my mother as that, because my mother's totally cool with this, by the way. But, hey, Nicolas, how did you paint your mother like that? That's not cool. Not cool at all, dude. Yeah, that would be weird. Paint your mother like a dog? That would be weird. Like, that's a line. You crossed a line somewhere there.
It can be cute.
But yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, that would be awesome.
Super cute,
like,
yeah.
what type of dog would I be if I was a dog? But anyways, with a bag, it's like, nobody's going to say, dude, that crumpled up bag doesn't look right. No, what? It's a bag. If you paint crumpledness, if you paint bagginess, you're fine. You're good. So it's almost like taking a ton of weight off of you, and you're just going to try to paint that. And by just being purely observant, it's so amazing because you're able to access like the essence of something. I know this sounds like a complete exaggeration, but I think it's true because you're not letting your mind sort of, get in the way and tell you, okay, that's not what plastic feels like. That's not what plastic looks like. It's like, what do you mean? We didn't know at the beginning what plastic felt like or looked like. We're just looking at it and trying to figure out a way how to paint it. But there's not like a recipe for plasticness, So I think these are wonderful opportunities to remember that painting can be that. Painting can be this very, very, very abstract exercise and exchange at its core. And it's really fun and good and healthy, I feel, to do these sort of paintings that you don't have a firm grasp on. Whenever you want to paint something where you want to feel different, paint something that you've never painted before. Never, ever painted before. Don't paint a horse because we have like an idea of what a horse looks like. Don't paint people because we obviously have an idea of what people look like. Don't paint a banana. We all have like this, sort of cumulative knowledge, this shared knowledge of what a banana kind of looks like, feels like. Don't paint an apple. Paint something that you go like, what the hell is this thing? That as soon as it's in front of you, you can't just go, oh, I've eaten these all my life. Like, of course I know what this kind of feels like. No, put something in front of you that you go like, what the hell? Oh, and your brain is going to be like, okay, we can't rely on knowledge or past experience because there is none. So we have to rely on observation. That's the only thing we have. And you're going to be surprised how amazing of a painter you can be if you start to truly and without prejudice observe. So yeah, so I think this is always like a cool reminder. There's a reason why I like bags as subject matter, and I think that's it. I mean, I think they're very poetic as a vessel, but I think fundamentally, in terms of painting, they also carry like so much weight, so much beautiful knowledge and weight to them, in the sense that they're just asking of you like, yeah, don't bring your shit over here. Don't bring all that baggage over here. Just look.
Mm-hmm.
Just look. You don't have to do anything else. I'm not asking for more. I'm not asking for less. All I'm saying is this exercise that you're going to do in observation, just do it well. Just do it really well. And it's good to remind yourself that that's at the core of painting. So anyways, that was it.
So, thank you everyone.
Thank you everyone
for being here.
Yes.
Remember, if you're new,
yeah,
we're here from Monday to Thursday.
Yes.
Mondays we have something called visual correspondence.
We do.
Which I'm working on.
Yes.
So we can have it for next Monday.
Yes.
It's I might be biased, but I'm gonna say it's a very cool thing we do.
I like it too.
Where we answer to each other's with not only a conversation, but an image as part of the answer, but also as part of another conversation starter. So it's like an ongoing conversation with art.
Visual conversation, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll be happy to have you there on Mondays. If you haven't give the visual correspondence a try, give it a try. I think it's cool.
Yeah, first one's free.
Yeah, I think it's very cool. And
it's very good.
From Tuesday through Thursday, we do these painting sessions. Remember, we have also a webpage.
Yeah.
It's ourpaintedlives.com.
Or
1,000 different different ways you can access, like Boiled Ghost.
BoiledGhost.com. Yes.
LasagnaCadaver.com.
Perfect. Amazing.
Werecow.com.
Werecow, as in werewolf, but a werecow?
Yeah, because it would win.
Incredible.
The fight.
Who thought about buying that domain name?
Domain
name.
Genius.
And
NicolasUribeart.com.
Perfect.
But ourpaintedlife.com.
Yeah. Lesser known.
And we have the paintings that Nicolas does here, and we do have available the conversations we're having. Not the written conversations, but the images that come
complicating ourselves
from
here.
the conversations from Mondays. So check them out. On top of Nicolas' painting,
there's more to this.
there's
a lot.
His
Price is right.
username for Instagram. This is my Instagram username.
Yeah.
And
Do you
we'll
think there's
see
more,
you
maybe?
tomorrow.
No? Yes, we're
Yeah.
gonna. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow because
Yeah, we're helping. We're helping
Helping.
Proco out with
Yeah.
his initiative.
for Ukraine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're
He
gonna
has
be
like a
here.
fundraiser for Ukraine. He's been doing it throughout the whole week. So check Proco out, check his channel out, check his Instagram out if you want to know more. A bunch of artists are helping out. What we're gonna do is one of our regular videos with one of our regular paintings, but we're gonna have like the link below the video,
So you
and
could
we're gonna
visit.
have it on chat so that people can.
Yes.
We're gonna pin it on chat so that people, if they are interested, they can go there and support that cause.
Exactly.
We would gladly do it with any cause where we feel it's worthy to bring attention to it
Exactly.
and to bring people together to it. So we'll help gladly. And like I said, if you feel any interest to see how that's been going, please go to his channel, to his Instagram, and check that out. So we're gonna be here tomorrow
Yeah.
around 1:30 Colombian time.
Mhm.
And we're going to talk about, I think we can do a cool exercise where we see like a reference, where we have like an artist as reference, and we try to see how we can translate that into an image of our own. We can do that exercise
Cool.
tomorrow, which
I
would
like
be, it can be really fun. So
And I mean, it's gonna be a Friday with a live stream. which
yeah.
is
So
very
what does
cool.
that mean? Like free
It's very
drinks or
cool.
what is
No,
that?
like
Happy
a
hour?
No, like a bonus. Like
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, because we
Yeah,
haven't done
'cause we never
Fridays
do-
in a long
yeah.
time.
So we'll see you here tomorrow.
Yes.
And thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.